What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 2SC, Chapter 26, The Town of Beginning and Ending. Open black lens bracket for flowers. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Naval Headquarters. Monkeyed Luffy. Garp, don't you want to say something? Sengoku looked at Luffy's picture and looked at Garp through gritted teeth. Kacha. Garp threw the senbei in his mouth and ate it deliciously, completely ignoring Sengoku. Garp, get out of here. The veins on Sengoku's forehead bulged in anger, and he roared. Oh, Garp wasn't angry either, stood up and threw a senbei in his mouth. Kacha. The blue veins on Sengoku's forehead bulged one by one, and his body faintly flickered with golden light. Garp left the office. Sengoku rubbed his temples, having a headache. The Garp family did not have a fuel-efficient lamp. Their son was the leader of the Revolutionary Army, and their grandson became a pirate, and just after going out to sea, he defeated several pirates with a reward of over 10 million in a row. The most important thing is that it is almost all rolling. Okay, you don't have to have a headache anymore, isn't that kid Smoker in Loguetown? Crane said aside, isn't it enough to issue a wanted notice and let Smoker catch Straw Hat Crew? Okay, then you have to work hard, Crane. Sengoku is also a little tired, and now the sea is getting more and more chaotic. There seems to be something wrong with the New World Whitebeard Pirates than drafting the Hat Pirates. Crane's expression was serious. When it comes to Whitebeard, there are no trifles. After all, he is the strongest man in the world. Sengoku thought about it and said, let Aokiji take a look. Understood. After he finished speaking, he walked out of the office. Sengoku looked at the sky outside the window and sighed. The wanted notice of the Straw Hat Pirates quickly spread around the world. Captain Straw Hat Luffy, Rubber Fruit ability, offers a reward of 30 million Bailey. Vice Captain Bai Yu, who reproduces the fruit ability, offers a reward of 28 million Baileys. Combatant Roronoa Zoro, a three-sword swordsman with a bounty of 20 million Baileys. Chef Sanji, who has no fruit ability, is good at kicking, and offers a reward of 8 million Baileys. Sniper Yan Shuangying Usopp, without fruit ability, offers a reward of 8 million Baileys. Navigator Nami, a person with suspected ability, offers a reward of 15 million Bailey. The reward amount for all members is over 100 million. And this is the first bounty. Straw Hat Pirates, famous in the sea. At that time, going merry. Bastard, my reward is lower than this green algae head. Sanji is not convinced, he doesn't think his strength is lower than Zoro. Waste chef, cook your dishes well, if it wasn't for me, you might not even have a reward. Zoro is very proud, want to fight. Sanji was instantly full of anger. Okay, I just want to hack you to death. Zoro's knife was instantly unsheathed. Boom, boom. Bai Yu directly kicked the two people away, you guys can stop. Ha ha ha. Luffy was smiling happily. Nami also smiled slightly. Only Usopp was shaking with the warrant. Because being wanted by Marine means that it will attract Marine's attention and will be targeted by pirate hunters. In other words, life may be in danger at any time. Our next stop is Loguetown, which is also our last stop in East Blue. We are all wanted now. You decide whether to go to Loguetown or not. Bai Yu said with a serious expression. Loguetown. What is that place? Luffy asked suspiciously. Idiot, as a captain, you don't even know a little bit of common sense. Loguetown is the town where Roger, the Pirate King, was born, and the place where Roger died last, so it is also called the place where he begins and ends. Nami said aside. Yes, Loguetown is the only place to go to the Grand Line. All pirates who want to go to the Grand Line will arrive at Loguetown, so. Bai Yu paused. Marine there is also very powerful. Many people couldn't pass that level and were directly arrested by Marine. And now we have more than 100 million bounty for all of us, and we will definitely be taken care of by Marine, and those bounty hunters are definitely very interested in us. Then, let's not go. Before Usopp could finish speaking, Luffy shouted loudly, I'm going to Loguetown. Luffy. Usopp hugged Luffy's leg, it's too dangerous, let's not go. What do you mean? Bai Yu looked at Zoro and Sanji. The town where One Piece Roger was born and died, how could you not take a look? Maybe there are some rare ingredients there. Why don't you have a look? After all, it is the last town in East Blue. If you don't go, you will always feel that something is missing. Zoro and Sanji have absolutely no opinion. Naturally, Nami would not have an opinion. As for Usopp's opinion, no one cares. Just like that, everyone passed and headed to Loguetown. At that time, Loguetown Marine Station. Monkeyed Luffy. With two cigars in his mouth, Smoker watched Luffy's wanted list. Report. Colonel Smoker. We have received information that the Straw Hat Pirates will soon land in Loguetown. Marine soldiers reported loudly. I know, it's just a group of newcomers, don't yell, disrupt my rhythm. Smoker got up, put on his jacket, and walked out. At that time, the Straw Hat Pirates successfully landed in Loguetown. Asterisk. Chapter 27. Who is Luffy's mother? Open black lens bracket. Ask for flowers. Ask for collection. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. What a big town. Luffy's daily excitement. Okay, everyone, hurry up and buy what you need, remember to keep quiet, and go back to the ship immediately after the purchase is completed. Bai Yu said very cautiously. Now the plot deviation is too serious, the ghost knows what will happen here. If it's just Smoker, it's better. If there's a Marine Admiral, no, their strength is very dangerous against Vice Admiral now. Got it, Bai Yu, will you come with me? Nami looked at Bai Yu expectantly. No, I still have some things to do, you can go by yourself. Bai Yu shook his head. He wanted to dive into Marine base to see if he could find a way to practice hockey. After all, Smoker is a colonel from Naval Headquarters and a disciple of Zephyr, so he must know how to practice hockey. Miss Nami, I can do it for you. Sanji said immediately. Roll. Nami rolled his eyes at Sanji and walked into Loguetown by himself. Okay, don't make trouble, Usopp and Sanji, you two follow these two lunatics, don't let them get lost. Bai Yu was also very helpless to Luffy and Zoro. Luffy was a little better, at least someone pointed the way. But Zoro is a complete lunatic. The kind that even the strongest observation hockey can't save. After arranging all this, Bai Yu also entered Loguetown by himself. Luffy and the others also rushed into Loguetown quickly. Brother Marine, can you do me a favor? Bai Yu finds a soldier on patrol. What's the matter with you? Brother Marine, can you come with me? That, all right, thank you so much. You're welcome, it's our duty to help the people, you lead the way. Come with me. Bai Yu took Marine soldiers to a remote alley. What are you doing here? The Marine soldier looked puzzled. You're a good person, so I'll feel sorry for you. Bai Yu's voice fell, and the knife slashed the Marine soldier's neck. Quickly change into Marine's uniform. Boy, what do you want to do with your Marine uniform? Dive into Marine base. Suddenly a man's voice came from behind. Bai Yu was shocked, he didn't notice it at all. This is definitely a master. Huh, taking a deep breath, he turned to look. He is tall, wearing a black coat and hat, and has tattoos on his face that look like shoe prints. He instantly thought of a person, the most vicious criminal in the world, the monkey dragon. After seeing you, I feel like I don't have to go to Marine base. Bai Yu smiled. Although he didn't know the dragon's strength, he was definitely strong. He wants hockey's cultivation method, does he need to find other people? Oh, you know me, Long asked curiously. The world's most vicious criminal, the monkey dragon, is hard to imagine. Bai Yu didn't pretend not to know. He knew that in front of the dragon, disguise was useless. Because this guy is a master of disguise. It seems that you know a lot, and I'm becoming more and more curious about you. The dragon's eyes narrowed slightly. You didn't come here specifically for me, did you? Didn't you see Luffy? Bai Yu asked very strangely. He was really surprised that Long would come to see him in person. Now is not the time to meet. Since he chose the path of pirates, let's see him again when he is at the top. Long sighed. At this moment he was not the madman who wanted to subvert the world government, he was just a father. You really are not a qualified father. Bai Yu said very directly, since he knew that the dragon was looking for him, he would definitely not do anything to him. He was no longer afraid. I can see everyone in your pirate group, only you, I can't see clearly, can you tell me where you come from? Long asked his doubts directly. I can tell you, but you have to tell me, who is Luffy's mother? Bai Yu is very curious, who is Luffy's mother? Long was originally Marine, and what made him the leader of the Revolutionary Army today? Forget it, I know it's good to make sure you don't do anything to Luffy. Long shook his head, reluctant to reveal the identity of Luffy's mother. Could it be that Luffy's mother was killed by celestial dragons, and then you decided to overthrow world government? Or is Luffy's mother the celestial dragons? The more Long didn't want to talk, the more curious Bai Yu became. Not only is he curious, I believe that all pirate fans are equally curious. How is this possible? The dragon's face was a little ugly. It's fine if you don't want to say it. Your son doesn't remember you anyway, and maybe he doesn't even know you when we meet. Bai Yu shrugged and didn't ask any further questions. How did you know about my relationship with Luffy, and what was your purpose for joining Luffy's pirate group? Long asked 2 questions in a row. It's like you don't want to tell me who Luffy's mother is, and I can't tell you, but I can tell you, I won't hurt Luffy, we're partners. As for my purpose, I just want true freedom, unrestrained freedom, that's all. Bai Yu said and looked up at the sky. In this world, if you want true freedom, you have to change another day. Freedom is not easy. Marine has already launched an arrest operation for you. The dragon also looked up to the sky, and he wanted to create a world of true freedom, harmony, equality for all and full of dreams. But all this is too difficult. He has worked hard for more than 10 years, and he has achieved a little bit of success. Do you think Marine can catch us? Bai Yu smiled. Maybe you are helping Luffy now, but trust me, you will definitely ask your son Luffy to help one day. Really, I'm looking forward to it too. A smile appeared on the dragon's face. Okay, let's talk about it today. Do you have the cultivation method of Conqueror's Hockey? Give me a copy. Bai Yu was not polite at all. Yes, but I didn't take it with me. I'll put it on your boat later. Dragon nodded. By the way, I have one last question. After Bai Yu changed back to his clothes, he suddenly thought of a question. As long as it's not about Luffy's mother. Dragon said. As Marine Admiral Kizaru your undercover agent? Bai Yu asked immediately. Dragon. Asterisk. Chapter 28. Luffy vs. Smoker. Second gear start. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Loguetown, on the execution stand. Luffy stood on it and muttered to himself, as this where One Piece died. Acrobatics guillotine. Cabbage fell from the sky on a bicycle. A piece of wood landed directly on Luffy's neck. Straw Hat, where did Zoro go? Cabbage touched the scar cut by Zoro in front of him. Who are you? Luffy looked puzzled. He had no memory of knowing the man at all. Nice job, Cabbage. Under the stage, Buggy roared excitedly. Finally caught the damn Straw Hat Kid, and this time he was going to execute Luffy on the execution block. It's you didn't die. Luffy looked at Buggy in surprise. I'm the undead Captain Buggy. How can I die? But you're going to die soon. Buggy shouted loudly. The people around were startled when they heard Buggy's name. In East Blue, anyone with a bounty of over 10 million is considered a big pirate. Buggy's bounty is 20 million. The most important thing is that they found that the man in the straw hat on the execution platform was the newly rising newcomer Luffy. The first reward was as high as 30 million Bailey, which was very terrifying. These two big pirates are here, it's no wonder they're not afraid. The people were frightened and immediately began to flee. Everyone's best not to leave. I won't hurt you. Today, this uncle, Captain Buggy, will let you see with your own eyes how I executed this straw hat boy. After Buggy's words were spoken, the fleeing people also stopped. It is rare to see the execution of the big pirate with a reward of 30 million Bailey. You want to punish me? Luffy's face was weird. How dare this defeated general dare to execute him? Straw Hat, you must die today. A slender woman came out carrying a mace. Who are you? Luffy was a little depressed. He didn't know one or two. Bastard, you ruined my pirate group, and you don't even remember me. Alvida was very angry, but she was relieved when she thought about her current appearance. That's right, I'm so beautiful now, it's normal that you don't know me. Is Keb any better than that kid? Hearing this, Luffy's look at Alvida changed. Because he remembered who Alvida was. It's you, fat lady. The veins on Alvida's forehead bulged in an instant, and he gripped the mace tightly. She wants to smash Luffy's head with a stick right now. Straw Hat Boy, do you have any last words? I can let you say one last word. Buggy took the long knife and walked to the execution platform. I'm going to be the Pirate King. Luffy shouted loudly. The noisy square instantly quieted down. One Piece, you have no chance, go die. Buggy roared, and raised his sword to sever Luffy's neck. Never. Boom. Luffy stood up, and the wood on him shattered instantly. Cabbage was also knocked out. Bastard. Torn apart. Cannon. Buggy roared, and the hand with the knife split apart. It doesn't work for me anymore. Luffy grabbed Buggy's arm and quickly lengthened his other hand. Rubber gun. Fractured an emergency escape. Buggy's head split apart and flew into the air. Boom. Luffy's big as Buggy's head. His head was blown away, and Buggy fell to the execution stand. Luffy ignored it, dropped Buggy's hand on the ground, and jumped off the execution platform himself. The people saw that Luffy killed the clown Buggy in seconds, and now jumped off the execution platform, and immediately ran away in fright. Running what? Am I scary? Luffy was a little puzzled. Monkeyed Luffy. You're under arrest. Smoker came over with 2 cigars dangling, followed by a large group of Marines. Damn it. It's Marine from Naval Headquarters. Get out. As soon as Alvida saw Smoker, he simply ran away. But there were too many Marines, closing all the intersections and surrounding them firmly. Don't even think about going out unless you can fly. No, I have to go to the Grand Line. Luffy shook his head immediately, so he didn't want to catch it. I'm not ashamed. If you want to go to the Grand Line, then knock me down first, otherwise, you should be caught by me obediently. Smoker took off his jacket, ready to fight Luffy. Colonel, don't point fingers at me. Smoker gave Marine a cold look beside him. Then I can only knock you out. Luffy instantly entered the fighting state, and without any hesitation, he shot immediately. Rubber Cyclone. Luffy's legs stretched out and swept out. Smoker didn't move, didn't activate the fruit ability, and took the kick. The power is too weak. I really don't know why the government pays so much attention to you. Rubber Machine Gun. Luffy threw his arms around quickly, and the dense fists hit Smoker like raindrops. Normal attacks without Haki attached are completely useless to Logia fighters. Too weak. Smoker shook his head, disappointed. Shave. Instantly disappeared in place. Boom. With one punch, Luffy flew backwards and hit the wall. This is the end of your voyage. Smoker said. It won't end. Luffy roared and disappeared instantly. You actually know how to use Shave. Smoker was surprised that Luffy would even use Marine 6 styles. Luffy didn't answer and threw a punch. But hit an empty. Even if you know Marine 6 styles, it's useless. You are not my opponent. I am Logia Smoke Fruit. Your attacks are useless to me. Smoker's voice fell, and a pair of iron fists slammed into Luffy's head. Luffy quickly raised his arms to resist. Boom. Under the impact of the huge force, the ground cracked. Luffy's legs were shaking too, starting to deform. Thump. Luffy's legs were squished like air cushions, then returned to their original shape in an instant. His skin started to turn red and steam appeared from his body. Asterisk. Chapter 29. Explode. To the peacock. Open black lens bracket. Ask for flowers. Ask for collection. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Luffy felt the blood flow fast in his body. The power has also increased a lot. It's like using 8 inner gates, but a little bit different. Smoker was also a little surprised, although he didn't know why he was in such a state. But Luffy's powerful aura still surprised him. That's interesting. Smoker was also a little excited. Rubber jet pistol. Iron body. Boom. Smoker flew backwards, slammed into the wall, and spat out a mouthful of blood. What a powerful force, 10 times stronger than just now. Smoker was shocked, he just wanted to test Luffy's strength. Unexpectedly, even iron body can't defend against it. Rubber jet rocket launcher. Luffy roared and punched Smoker. But this time Smoker has no hard resistance, and has been elementalized directly. Luffy's fist hit the wall. Boom. Walls shattered. Empty again. Luffy frowned. No matter how strong his attack was, it was useless if he couldn't hit the enemy. As I said, your attacks are of no use to me. But my attack will work for you. The voice fell, and Smoker attacked. White fist. Boom. Luffy was hit again. White man. Spirals of smoke bound Luffy. 8 inner gates. Hugh gate. Open. Luffy growled. 8 inner gates open in second gear. A powerful force instantly shook the smoke away. Luffy swept out. What power is this? Smoker was amazed that he was able to disperse his smoke by leaning on the emanating force, which was horrible. Luffy swept out. Boom. The buildings around the square were instantly destroyed. But the elemental smoker has nothing to do with it. It seems that the battle must be resolved quickly, or else this place will be destroyed by you. Smoker took out the weapon behind him. This is a 10-hand forged by Seastone, the nemesis of the Able. The speed and power of the smoker in full blast are very fast. Boom. Luffy was kicked out again, and Smoker put his 10 hands on Luffy's throat. Hit by Seastone, Luffy felt like a deflated ball. Can't use any power. It's over, monkeyed Luffy. Smoker looked at Luffy and said. In fact, he was a little shocked in his heart. If it wasn't for Logia's ability, he knew that he would never be Luffy's opponent. No, I'm going to become One Piece. My partner is still waiting for me. Luffy roared. 8 inner gates. Third gate. Life gate. Open. Boom. Green energy rose from Luffy's body, and his skin turned blood red. Boom. Smoker was knocked out in an instant, spitting out a mouthful of blood. Luffy disappeared in place. Boom. Smoker was kicked in the mouth instantly. Not good. It's too fast. Smoker quickly elementalized. Luffy missed again. Not enough. I don't believe I can't hit you. 8 inner gates. Fourth gate. Wound gate. Open. 8 inner gates. Fifth gate. Dooman. Open. 8 inner gates. Sixth gate. View gate. Open. The green energy in Luffy turned white. And his skin has completely turned blood red. What kind of monster is this guy? Smoker was really intimidated. Bai Yu on the other side was taken aback. He never thought that Luffy would drive directly to the sixth gate. He didn't even bother to chat with the dragon, he turned around and left. Although the 8 inner gates are modified due to different world rules. But it is still a very dangerous skill. Maybe it's really going to kill people. Long also noticed the movement and immediately disappeared in place. Sanji, Zoro and the others also sensed the situation and rushed over. When they saw Luffy's state, they were also frightened. Luffy looks like a blood man now. At this moment, the white light disappeared instantly. Luffy also disappeared in place. Not good. Smoker sensed the danger and immediately elementalized into the sky. Rubber toward Peacock. Luffy roared, his fists getting faster and faster. The fist was so fast and the air rubbed the flames. A powerful shock wave, carrying flames, rushed towards Smoker. Boom. Hit. How can this be? Smoker was shocked. How could it be possible without Hawkeye hitting him? However, he soon had no way to think. The dense flame shock wave hit his body. Boom. Smoker fell to the ground, burned all over his body, and his breath was extremely weak. Luffy fell to the ground, also a little weak. Now he is still very reluctant to drive sixth gate. If it weren't for the rubber man, he would never be able to stand up right now. Luffy. Bai Yu and Zoro immediately ran over. Straw Hat Crew collection. I beat him and we can go to the Grand Line. Although Luffy is a little weak, his eyes are very bright. Okay, let's go to the Grand Line, you can rest first, and leave the rest to us. Bai Yu also felt a little distressed for Luffy, this idiot wouldn't want to fight Hawkeye and Logia. Luffy grinned, closed his eyes and fell asleep. Colonel Smoker. Tashigi screamed and ran over to check on Smoker's injuries. Seeing that Smoker was still breathing, he immediately yelled at the marine soldiers, "What are you still doing? Why don't you hurry up and rescue Colonel Smoker?" Soldier Marine then reacted and hurriedly carried Smoker away on a stretcher for treatment. You damn it pirates, I won't let you go. Tashigi roared and drew out his knife to block Bai Yu and his group. It's good to have courage, but it's not enough to have courage. Bai Yu's voice fell, instantly appeared in front of Tashigi and snatched her sword. This knife is not bad. I will keep it for you for the time being. When you have the strength in the future, take it back from my hand. Asshole. Tashigi was very angry, and immediately started to grab his knife. Unfortunately, with her current strength, where is Bai Yu's opponent? Although I don't like hitting women, it doesn't prove that I can't hit. Do you want to try? Bai Yu grabbed Tashigi's wrist and said, leaning against Tashigi's ear. Tashigi's pretty face instantly turned red, and her eyes were panicked. Sergeant Tashigi. Damn pirates. Let go of Sergeant Tashigi. Marine soldiers suddenly shouted. Guns were also aimed at several people. You guys hurry up, there's big trouble. The dragon's voice rang in Bai Yu's ears. Then, a gust of wind blew. The Straw Hat crew was immediately blown away and landed precisely on Going Merry. What's going on here? Where's the wind coming from? Except for Bai Yu, everyone else was dumbfounded. Don't worry, let's set sail. Bai Yu shook his head, now is not the time to care about these things. To make the dragon so nervous, at least it is admiral level strength. Asterisk. Chapter 30. Garp appears. Open black lens bracket for collection. Ask for flowers. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. The Merry left Loguetown without a hitch. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Luffy also woke up, and after eating a meal, he was immediately revived with blood. We're going to enter the Grand Line, but before entering the Grand Line, I'm going to give you special training. Practice the power of the Grand Line, Haki. Bai Yu looked at the 5 people with a serious expression. Haki. The 5 were stunned. Bai Yu told them about the power of Haki before, but there was no way to cultivate it. Yes, I got Haki's training method in Loguetown. So, in the next time, we will start practicing. Boom. Before Bai Yu could finish his words, an explosion occurred on the water. No, it's Marine, Usopp exclaimed, and just ran out. He was surrounded by Marine unexpectedly. Bai Yu was stunned when he saw the Marine warship in the distance. Because the bow of that warship is a dog's head. Monkeyed Garp. Naval Headquarters Vice Admiral, the legendary figure in Marine, a terrifying existence that can drive one piece into a corner, is very powerful. Bai Yu didn't expect to meet Garp so soon. Now he knew why the dragon was so nervous. Bai Yu. What to do? Nami was very nervous. What can we do? Put away the sails, stop the boat and wait. If he really shoots at us, then none of us can escape. Bai Yu is also very helpless. With their current strength, they still want to run away from Garp's hands. Do you know who Marine is on this warship? Nami asked suspiciously. Bai Yu nodded and looked at Luffy. He is more familiar than me. Luffy pointed to himself, confused. Wait a minute and you'll find out. Bai Yu smiled. The warship was soon docked beside the pirate ship. A man jumped from the warship. Boom. The huge impact made the pirate ship shake for a while. Grandpa. Luffy was stunned. Grandfather. Except for Bai Yu, the other 4 all widened their eyes. Who would have thought that Luffy's grandfather was Marine? The Iron Fist of Love. Boom. Garp knocked Luffy to the ground with a punch, cracking the splint. It hurts. Luffy covered his head and screamed. The old man has trained you since you were a child, and wanted to make you a powerful Marine. You turned out to be a pirate. Garp growled loudly. I always told you that I want to be a pirate. Luffy also growled loudly. Asshole. When? Another punch, and another big bag on Luffy's head. You were poisoned by that red-haired bastard. The old man will come to correct your path in person today. Garp clenched his fists, angry. Shanks is my savior, don't you say that about him. Luffy growled. How dare you speak to Grandpa in such a tone? The Iron Fist of Love. Boom. There was another bag on Luffy's head. I can't believe that the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates is the grandson of Garp Vice Admiral. This is also incredible. No wonder Garp Vice Admiral came in person. But is Garp Vice Admiral really going to put his grandson in jail? The soldiers on the warship looked at everything on the pirate ship in shock. Who would have thought that the grandson of Garp Vice Admiral, a marine hero, would become a pirate? On the pirate ship, Garp sat on the ground and looked at Luffy. Have you met your dad? Dad. Luffy looked puzzled. Do I have a dad? Idiot. Without your father, how could there be you? Garp roared, then sighed. It seems that he didn't reveal his identity to you, but he dared to lie to me. It seems that I will let him experience the Iron Fist of Love. Who is my father? Luffy asked. Your dad's name is Monkey Dragon. After Garp's words were spoken, the people on the pirate ship and the marine soldiers on the warship all fell to the ground. What's wrong with you? What's so surprising? Luffy looked at Zoro and the others suspiciously. Because your father is a very powerful person and the most vicious criminal in the world. There are not many people in this world who don't know your father's name, but only his full name. Bai Yu opened his mouth to explain. Boy, long has seen you, what did you talk about? Garp looked at Bai Yu and asked. Nothing to talk about, He's so boring, doesn't answer any questions, doesn't even tell me who Luffy's mother is. Garp Vice Admiral should know. Bai Yu really wanted to know who Luffy's mother was and if she was still alive. I don't know either. He threw the child to me back then and ran away. Garp looked at Bai Yu. You want to practice hockey? Well, we are about to enter the Grand Line. If we don't have the strength, we may die. Bai Yu nodded, thinking how to get Garp to stay and teach them how to practice hockey. After all, there is a big gap between someone pointing and no one pointing. Grandpa, you will also be the hockey that Bai Yu said, teach us. Luffy shouted immediately. Idiot, I'm here to catch you. How can I teach you hockey? Garp growled and hit Luffy again. Then what does Garp Vice Admiral want to do with us? Bai Yu asked curiously. Okay. Garp glanced at a few people, then looked at Luffy again, and said, this old man thinks about this. There is an island in front of you. You drive the boat over, and wait for the old man to figure out what to do with you. It's easy to run away. Bai Yu smiled. This old guy is really a calf guard. This is obviously to teach them hockey. Asterisk. Chapter 31. Enter the Grand Line. Open black lens bracket. Ask for flowers. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Nameless desert island. Boom. A huge roar sounded from the island. It's been a month, and Garp Vice Admiral has caught Straw Hat Crew. Crap your ass, didn't you notice that during this period of time, the movement of the battle kept getting louder? You mean Garp Vice Admiral is training them? Heroes are also human, how can they arrest their grandson? Yeah, if I were to be us, I wouldn't be able to start. Train, don't be overtaken by a group of little devils. On the warship, Marine soldiers spontaneously began training. And the fighting on the island has subsided. Boy Bai Yu, you and the old man can be Marines. Pirates are not for you. Garp took the invitation seriously. Mainly because Bai Yu's talent is too strong. In just 1 month, I have mastered observation hockey and armament hockey, not only that, but also all Marine 6 styles. He has been a Marine for so many years and has seen countless geniuses. But really, no one can compare to Bai Yu, not even the original Aokiji and Akainu. Thanks to Garp Vice Admiral, I prefer the freedom of pirates to Marine. Bai Yu simply refused. Forget it, I'm too lazy to talk about you, it's almost time, I'm going to sleep on the boat, you can't escape secretly. Garp said, glanced at Luffy, sighed and turned away. Grandpa, where are you going? Luffy gave a shout. Garp stopped and looked back at Luffy. Luffy, don't get caught by Grandpa. No way, I'm very strong now, Luffy shouted confidently. During this month, it was not just Bai Yu who became stronger. Everyone's combat power has more than doubled. The most important thing is that all the members have mastered hockey, which is the most important thing. However, Nami and Usopp only have master observation hockey, not master armament hockey. Luffy, Zoro and Sanji all master armament hockey and observation hockey. Although it is only a beginner, it is very rare to be able to master within a month. The power of 5 people is superimposed on Bai Yu's body. One can imagine how strong Bai Yu is. Garp didn't speak, turned and left. Okay, guys, we're going to. Bai Yu said, we can't beat Grandpa, how do we go? Luffy's face suddenly became difficult to look at. He wanted to leave for a long time, but every time he wanted to leave, he was beaten by Garp. You idiot, your grandfather is gone, that is to let us go, you didn't listen to him, don't you want to be caught by him in the future? Nami tapped Luffy on the head. That's it, let's run. Luffy's eyes suddenly lit up. Garp Vice Admiral. I'm tired, take a day off here before starting, don't disturb my sleep. After Garp finished speaking, he lay down on the splint and fell asleep. At this moment, Going Merry slowly left the island. The Straw Hat crew ran away. Go and shout Garp Vice Admiral. Shout what? Didn't you hear Garp Vice Admiral sleeping? We didn't see anything, you know. Yes. Marine soldiers said nothing and continued training without seeing anything. Finally escaped from Grandpa's hands. Luffy breathed a sigh of relief, fell to the bow, raised his hands, and shouted loudly, guys. Let's rush to the Grand Line together. Rush to the Grand Line. The 5 people shouted in unison. Bai Yu was also a little excited. Entering the Grand Line is the real starting point. The exciting adventure has just begun. Have you ever felt that the ocean current seems to have become very urgent? Usopp said suddenly. Well, the front should be the entrance of the Grand Line, upside down the mountain. Nami glanced at the chart and said, we should have already started going up the mountain, we have to be careful next, or we will be smashed to pieces. The boat can climb mountains. This is really the first experience. Zoro is also looking forward to it. I've heard that Upside Down Mountain is the burial place of pirates, and most of the pirates are buried in Upside Down Mountain. Sanji said and took a puff. What? It's too dangerous. Let's go another way. Usopp was immediately taken aback. There's no other way, but here, through the calm belt, where the Sea King's paradise is, our boat can't cross, and we're in the current, and we can't turn back. Bai Yu explained a sentence aside. Well, I've consulted Garp Vice Admiral the past few days, and we can safely enter the Grand Line as long as we find the current. Nami nodded. Although she was still practicing this month, She spent more time reading about sailing knowledge. If she didn't understand anything, she would ask Garp. So she also learned a lot. He is also very confident about crossing the upside-down mountain. Look, it's a red mountain, Luffy shouted excitedly. Usopp, Sanji, it's up to you to take the helm. Luffy, Zoro, put up the sails. Nami started giving orders. Why doesn't Bai Yu have to do anything? Sanji said with dissatisfaction. Why do you have an opinion? Bai Yu looked at Sanji badly. I wanted to ask the deputy captain what he would like to eat later. Sanji suddenly thought of the experience of the past month, and quickly changed his words. Having said that, Bai Yu didn't do nothing. He knows the danger here. If he is not careful, the ship will be destroyed. With the concerted efforts of the 6 people, they finally entered the upwelling current without any risk. But after reaching the top of the mountain, it was time to go down the river. A gigantic whale with its mouth wide open in the water inlet. As if waiting for food. Asterisk. Chapter 32. A doctor's pastime open black lens bracket for flowers. Ask for collection. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. See such a huge whale. All 6 were terrified. Although Bai Yu knew about Laboon, he was a little shocked to see such a big whale with his own eyes. Stinky whale. Get out of the way. Luffy shouted loudly. It's over. We're going to be eaten by whales. Bai Yu, hurry up and find a way. Usopp hugged Bai Yu's thigh in fright. If you dare to wipe my snot on my pants again, I will cut off your long nose. Bai Yu was very depressed. Usopp, this bastard, hugged his thigh every time he was afraid. Just hug him, every time his snot and tears are wiped on his pants. It's better to hack it to death. Chef, how about whale cooking? Zoro has 3 knives unsheathed, ready to hack the whale to death. If it's this big, it should taste delicious. Sanji took a cigarette, already thinking about how to eat the whale. You all be honest with me. Nami knocked both of them on the head. Nami is right, unless you can chop this whale to pieces in an instant, otherwise, we must be dead. Bai Yu looked at these people speechlessly. If the whales were dead, they would have bumped into the whales. At the current speed, Going Merry must be shattered. And he knew that there was a strong man living in the belly of Laboon the whale. On top of that, new members are coming aboard. All things can be missed, but only the new crew cannot be missed. Then we can't just get into the whale's mouth like this, can we? Luffy said, very depressed. Why not? Don't worry, you'll be fine. Bai Yu smiled mysteriously. He really wanted to meet One Piece's ship doctor. At this time, the boat has rushed into the mouth of the whale. What? With a scream, it disappeared into the whale's mouth. It was pitch black all around, and nothing could be seen. Nami hugged Bai Yu tightly in fear. Suddenly there was light. There are also blue skies and even seagulls. Is this a hallucination? Usopp said in surprise. Why is there still a house here? Sanji also felt a little strange. Boom. The giant squid that has always been huge rushed out. Is this also an illusion? Usopp's eyes widened. Puff. 3 spears pierced through the body of the king squid. It shouldn't be an illusion, right? Nami said with some fear. Old man, where is this? Luffy shouted loudly. The old man glanced up at Luffy. Shouldn't you say your name before asking someone a question? My name is Monkeyed Luffy, and I'm the man who wants to be the pirate king. Luffy introduces himself daily. Oh, One Piece. The tone is not small. The old man adjusted his glasses. Stop looking down on people. Are you going to fight? Luffy was angry when he saw the old man's expression. No, it will kill people. The old man lay down on the chair. Smelly old man, I want to fight you. Luffy clenched his fists and was about to charge. Be honest, let's figure out the situation first. Bai Yu held Luffy down, and only he could hold Luffy down at this time. Why do the seagulls here keep moving? Usopp found the problem. Nonsense, this is painted, old man, if I guessed correctly, this is the stomach of a whale, right? Bai Yu said, yes, this is indeed Laboon's stomach. If you want to leave, the door is there, let's go. The old man pointed to an iron door. Why is there a painting in the whale's stomach, and an iron gate? And how can you, an old man, live here? Nami asked a series of questions. A doctor's pastime. The old man smiled. Smelly old man, are you a doctor? Luffy asked in surprise. Well, I have opened a clinic, and I have also been a ship doctor on a pirate ship. It can be regarded as some experience. The old man nodded. Bai Yu looked at this old man speechlessly. He really knew how to pretend. He could be a ship doctor on One Piece's ship. How could he be an ordinary person? Then you can be our ship doctor. We don't have a ship doctor yet. Luffy immediately sent an invitation. Forget it, I'm already old, and I don't have the energy to go around. The old man shook his head helplessly. Ah, that's such a pity. Before Luffy could finish his sentence, the boat began to rock. Is this an earthquake? When? Idiot. This is the stomach of a whale, how could there be an earthquake? Nami tapped Luffy on the head. Have you started again? The old man sighed helplessly, got up, put the newspaper on the table, and jumped directly into the green water. It should be stomach acid here, isn't the old man trying to commit suicide? Sanji looked at the old man in shock. This old man is not an ordinary person, how can he die so easily? Bai Yu shook his head, he knew very well that the whale Laboon must have started hitting the red line again. The old man climbed up the iron gate. As soon as the door was opened, there was a violent shaking. Boom. The iron door opened, 2 people flew in, and fell directly into the stomach acid. Help. The 2 immediately shouted loudly. It's really troublesome. Bai Yu's 2 long arms pulled the 2 people up. Finally come in. Just shoot 2 shots here and the whale should be dead. Well, Mr. 9, let's go. A man and a woman said and picked up cannons to bomb the whale's stomach. You villains dare to come. The old man was also very angry when he saw the 2 of them. Boom. Luffy knocked them out instantly. Luffy, how can you take action on such a beautiful lady? So ungentle. Sanji questioned Luffy loudly. No reason, I just want to hit them all of a sudden. Luffy said it very directly. You can get out of here. The old man opened the door. A channel appeared. How can there be a passage in the belly of a whale? Nami was startled. It's a doctor's pastime, the old man said slowly. However, they still drove out along the passage. The stomach acid of whales is very corrosive, and the small wooden boat cannot last long. Breathing the fresh air, several people have a feeling of the rest of their lives. Woohoo! The whale cried. It's so sad. Luffy looked at the whale and said. Laboon is an island whale, it has human feelings, it is here to wait for a group of pirates, it has been 50 years. The old man told the story of the whale Laboon. After Luffy heard the story, he rushed out immediately. Asterisk. Chapter 33. The first stop, Whiskey Peak. Open black lens bracket ask for flowers. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Boom. Luffy punched Laboon in the eye. Laboon was instantly in pain and became angry. What is this bastard doing? Nami roared. Hurry up and sail. Bai Yu said immediately. Although they are not afraid of Laboon, such a large whale moves in the sea. Going merry is definitely going to be destroyed. Boom. Luffy was knocked out by Laboon and hit the stone wall. Stupid whale. Luffy smiled and punched the whale again. Then it was hit by a whale. What is Luffy doing? Is he trying to kill Laboon? Usopp had no idea what Luffy was going to do. Look, Luffy knows what he's doing. Bai Yu was also a little surprised. He didn't expect that the plot here has not been changed. This is still very good. We're tied. Luffy said something, and Laboon stopped attacking. I'm very strong, you must still want to fight with me. After I sail the Grand Line for a week, we will continue to fight. Luffy stood up. This is our agreement. I'll definitely be back. Woohoo. Laboon started to cry. What a mess. The old man glanced at Luffy with a smile on his face. The 2 people who were knocked out by Luffy also woke up. What kind of monster is this guy, so he won't die? With such strength, the reward should not be too low. Our mission failed. If we lied to them, the boss may not punish us. The 2 looked at each other and immediately made a decision. Bai Yu knew what the 2 wanted to do. But he didn't stop it. Vivi is a rather awkward existence. Although it is said to be a member of the Straw Hat crew, it disembarked halfway. However, now he doesn't care about that, as long as he can acquire skills. Most importantly, Vivi is a beauty, who would refuse a beauty? The point is, Vivi is Alabasta's only princess. If she married Vivi, she would be the king to come. What's wrong with having one more beauty on the pirate ship? After a short repair, the Straw Hat Pirates were about to leave the Twin Gorges. Have you decided which route to choose? The old man asked. Well, they said they were going to Whiskey Peak, so let's start there. Luffy said casually. You have to think clearly, you can only choose the route at the starting place, and once you start, you cannot change the route. The old man kindly reminded. Whatever, if not satisfied, then sail for a week. Luffy chuckled. Good luck to you then. The old man went back to his room. Set off. Luffy jumped to the bow and shouted loudly. Woohoo. The whale Laboon also called out twice happily. Laboon, wait for us to come back. Luffy shouted at Laboon. Woohoo. The whale Laboon nodded cheerfully. Start sailing. Officially set foot on the Grand Line, the mood of the 6 people is very good. Vivi and Mr. 9 are also in a good mood, although the mission failed. But successfully deceived this group of pirates to the town. Not only will they not be punished, but they can also make a fortune. I saw the island. Luffy shouted excitedly. It seems that there are a lot of people, something is wrong. Zoro looked at the people on the dock, his eyes very alert. Thank you for bringing us back. Thank you so much. Goodbye. After Vivi and Mr. 9 finished talking, they jumped into the sea and swam away. 2 strange people, Nami muttered. Isn't this a trap? Usopp said with some fear. You can see if it's a trap. Bai Yu naturally knew the situation here. However, he is not in a hurry to expose it. After all, who would refuse a place where you can eat, drink and play for free? Welcome adventurers to the welcoming Whiskey Peak. Welcome, welcome, warm welcome. People on the pier pulled banners and waved colorful flags loudly. This scene stunned the few people on the ship who were preparing to fight. They were all ready to fight, and it turned out to be a welcome. There is even a town that welcomes pirates, and the Grand Line is really different. Haha, I didn't expect people here to be so enthusiastic, those two didn't lie to us. Luffy was very happy, and he was happy when there was fun. It's really not used to being welcomed for the first time. Usopp wasn't scared anymore, he didn't have to fight anyway. Although he is very strong now, his timidity has not changed. Maybe it's nature. Welcome to our town, my name is Ekalem, the mayor of Whiskey Peak. Ekalem smiled and greeted several people off the boat like a gentleman. I'm Luffy, please take care. Luffy pointed at Ekalem and said, Uncle, your head is too curled. This is a town famous for winemaking and music. We are most proud of entertaining guests. How about coming with me to the banquet? Ekalem smiled slightly. Very willing to. Luffy immediately shouted excitedly. Several other people were also very excited. There is nothing more delightful than attending a banquet on this sea. Everyone, go get ready, the banquet is going to be held. Ekalem shouted. The people around also cheered immediately. This is too abnormal. Nami looked at these people, quirky all over the place. As soon as you come, you can rest assured, don't worry, just enjoy the banquet with confidence. Bai Yu said aside. Zoro glanced at Bai Yu and said nothing. Followed into the town. The banquet started soon. A large group of people eating and drinking together is very lively. Sanji is surrounded by a large group of women, not happy. Zoro was drinking heavily there. Usopp was surrounded by a large crowd listening to his bragging. Nami is drinking with people in the competition, because the first place has a prize of 100,000 Baileys. Bai Yu and Luffy were eating like crazy. The chefs have been exhausted by two people for several times. Several people had a great time playing. It's as if you don't know there's any danger here. Asterisk. Chapter 34. Poor pirate hunter open black lens bracket for collection. Ask for flowers. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Naval headquarters. Garp. Don't you want to say something to me? Sengoku roared loudly while holding the phone bug. The corruption here in East Blue is too serious and needs to be managed for a period of time. I have been in East Blue for a while. Garp said and threw a senbei into his mouth. Kacha. When Sengoku heard Senbei's voice, the veins on his forehead burst out, and the phone bug almost burst. Bastard. I'm asking what you've been doing this month. I'm in East Blue. Get me back right away. Sengoku already felt like he was going to be pissed off. I'll go back when I'm catching a few scum, that's all. Garp hung up the phone bug. Sengoku of Naval Headquarters finally angrily attacked his desk. And Garp also sighed and looked up at the sky, big or small, there is no one to worry about. At that time, the banquet at Whiskey Peak continues. It's been open from morning to night. The people of Straw Hat Crew were not at all tired. Especially Luffy and Bai Yu, who have exhausted the chefs several times. The others are just drinking and drinking, which is fine. However, Whiskey Peak itself lacks food, and now most of them are directly eaten by these two guys. These pirate hunters are heartbroken. No, I can't let them continue to eat anymore, try to make them fall. Ekalem's eyes narrowed slightly. If they were eating, they would be hungry tomorrow. These people look stupid. They are completely newcomers. What are we doing? Just kill them and waste so much food. Mr. Point 8 was very dissatisfied and said that they almost died today in search of food. It's such a waste now that they don't take their hard work as hard work. Never decide strength from appearance. I have already investigated. They are the pirate group with the highest reward in East Blue. Ikaram took out a bounty for all the Straw Hat Pirates. This is too scary. The rewards for all the staff add up to more than 100 million Baileys. This is just a pirate group of 6 people. It's better to find a way to drink them down, otherwise we won't be able to take them down. Pirate hunters were frightened when they saw the bounty. The lowest reward for these people is 8 million, which is terrifying. After learning about Straw Hat Crew's bounty, they worked even harder. Even the fainted chef woke up again. More than 100 people served around 6 people. It also makes Straw Hat Crew even happier. Then, the banquet lasted for a day and a night. More than 100 people were exhausted. However, the task was finally completed. All 6 of the Straw Hat Crew fell to the ground and fell asleep. What kind of monster is this? So energetic. Hurry up and kill it, don't wait to wake up again. No, the reward for killing them will be reduced by 30%. Marine wants to execute them publicly. Everyone is here, right? It's all there. Go ahead, tie them all up. 100 million Baileys are here. ... I advise you not to do this, it will kill people. 2 people, Bai Yu and Zoro, appeared on the roof. Damn it, didn't you say you all fell down? Ekalem's expression changed immediately. These 2 people, one is the pirate hunter Zoro, and the other is the mysterious deputy captain. None are easy to deal with. What are you afraid of? There are only 2 of them, there are so many of us. If you don't fall, just knock it down, although it will waste a little time. It can only be like this, move faster, don't wake up other people. Ekalem could only nod in agreement. You or I? Zoro looked at Bai Yu. It's better for you to play, I'll go see Nami. Bai Yu said and disappeared in place. He didn't have time to play with these people. Wouldn't it be nice to be with Nami? Really, it happens that I eat a little too much, so I'll play with you and digest it. Zoro drew a knife, and against these people, a knife was enough. He even wondered if he wanted to bring a knife with him. Really, so poor. That's all. Nami looked unhappy, thinking how much money these people could make. In the end, she was so poor that she wasted so much time. Okay, how many people do you think this group of people can have? We eat and drink, we drink and drink, it's almost enough. Bai Yu knew that this group of people didn't talk about their strength. After they left, eating was a problem, let alone money. Where's Zoro? Nami carried a small bag of treasure on his back. He exercises after meals. Bai Yu smiled. Follow me, I'll take you to make a lot of money. As soon as he heard that he was making a lot of money, Nami's eyes immediately lit up. Where? Don't worry, it will be there soon, let's watch it for a while and talk about it. Bai Yu took Nami's little hand and walked out. Outside, Zoro is having a good time. More than 100 people have already been cleaned up by him. Trash. Not even one person can clean it up. I didn't expect that there would be an unexpected harvest this time, and we accepted the 100 million Bailey. A man and a woman came over. The pirate hunter who fell to the ground immediately panicked when he saw these two people. Senior Agent of Baroque Works, Mr. 5. Ms. Valentine. Mr. 5, you guys are here at the right time. Hurry up and kill this swordsman, and one of them has not fallen. Ekalem shouted hurriedly. We are not here to help you, the mission failed, wait for the boss's punishment, but you may not have a chance, Alabasta's escort Captain Ekalem. Mr. Point 5 smiled and looked at Ekalem. Ekalem was shocked, and did not expect their identities to be discovered. Immediately struggling to stand up, Princess. They are here to kill us. I will block them, you hurry up. Ekalem. Vivi didn't expect the identity to be revealed so quickly, and even sent Mr. 5 to kill them directly. Don't worry, none of you can escape. Ms. Valentine floated up to block Vivi's escape and laughed. That's not necessarily true. Asterisk. Chapter 35. One Princess 1 billion billion. Open black lens bracket. Ask for flowers. Ask for collection. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. That's not necessarily true. Bai Yu and Nami suddenly appeared, which surprised several people. Even Zoro was a little weird, he knew that Bai Yu wasn't a nosy. Why did you take the initiative to look for trouble this time? But Nami immediately understood what Bai Yu meant. Going to Vivi's side, you are a princess, right? You concealed your identity and joined this work club for the sake of your country, right? Vivi, though a little confused, nodded. That's right, these people shouldn't be your opponents, right? Nami asked again. What are you trying to say? Vivi frowned. These two guys are here to kill you. If you can't beat them, then you will surely die, but you shouldn't want to die. When Nami said here, he glanced at Bai Yu. He is very strong, you can see how powerful Zoro is, Zoro can't beat him, you only need 1 billion Bailey, we can protect your safety. Quote. Billion. Vivi was taken aback, if it was before, their kingdom would have no problem if they wanted to take out 1 billion Bailey. But now, it's good to be able to get 100 million Bailey, and maybe not even get it. No, you are a princess, can't you get so much money? Nami looked surprised, in her opinion, the princess must be very rich. Mr. 5, it seems that someone is going to cause trouble, so kill them all. Ms. Valentine said. Let's go, Ms. Valentine. Let them know how good the Baroque's top agents are. Okay, Mr. 5, well you are tall, didn't you see that I was talking about business? Nami was instantly furious, and arcs flashed all over his body, kicking Ms. Valentine away with one kick. Ah, my nose. Mr. Point 5 fell to the ground with blood all over his face. Bai Yu took the knife back into its scabbard, see how you pick your nose. So strong. Vivi was shocked, she didn't see how Bai Yu did it. Yeah, I said he is very strong, how about it, 1 billion Bailey is not expensive, right? Nami smiled and looked at Vivi. Thank you for saving me, but I don't have that much money, and the enemy I have to face is too strong, even you are not an opponent. Vivi shook his head and sighed. She had just been moved for a moment, and if these people could really defeat Crocodile, then her kingdom would be saved. But when she thought of Crocodile's identity, she gave up directly. 7 warlords of the sea, that's not for everyone. No money. Nami lost interest in an instant. What are you talking about without money? Wait a minute. Although the princess and I have no money, as long as you send the princess to Alabasta, the king will definitely not treat you badly. Ekalem shouted hurriedly. He knew very well that their identities were exposed, and with Crocodile's character, he would never let them go. Even if the immediate crisis is resolved, they will not be able to return to Alabasta safely. Ekalem. Vivi shouted. She wasn't really worried about money. But pirates. By the way, who is your enemy who makes you so scared? Nami asked suspiciously. Can't say. If I say it, you will all die. Vivi shook his head quickly. Then don't. The crocodile of one of the 7 warlords of the sea. Vivi said it suddenly. You can't say it. Nami growled loudly. Although she knows that they are very strong now, she also knows that they are only stronger among ordinary pirates. How could they be opponents in the face of a big pirate like Shichibukai? Our boss is Crocodile, one of the 7 warlords of the sea. Mr. Five's eyes widened, somewhat incredulous. Ms. Valentine was also taken aback. None of them knew the identity of the boss, and no one dared to investigate the identity of the boss. Unexpectedly, the boss turned out to be Shichibukai. But then they were stunned for a moment. They knew the identity of the boss, so wouldn't they also be killed by the boss? At this moment, a large vulture flew across the sky. There is also a sea otter sitting on top of the vulture. Oops, it's an unlucky duo. Vivi turned pale in shock. Unlucky duo? Nami asked suspiciously. They are Crocodile's eyeliner. They heard what we said just now. Crocodile will soon know about us. Vivi said quickly. What? Why didn't you say it earlier? Nami roared, ready to take out the coin to attack. But by this time the unlucky duo had already flown away. It's over. Mr. Point 5 and Ms. Valentine both slumped on the ground with despair on their faces. It's all your fault. Even if you die, I'll take you to the funeral. Mr. Point 5 roared and rushed towards Bai Yu quickly. Unbelievable. Bai Yu disappeared instantly and was already behind Mr. 5 when he appeared. The knife has been sheathed. Puff. The body of Mr. Point 5 was directly divided into 2 halves. Mr. 5. Asshole. I'll kill you. 10,000 kilograms. Overwhelm. Ms. Valentine floated into the air and quickly smashed towards Bai Yu. Idiot. Bai Yu stabbed at random. Valentine's body fell apart and fell to the ground. Gollum. Vivi swallowed. It was scary. Even Nami was frightened. It was the first time she saw Bai Yu use a knife. Okay. Then sign an agreement. We will send you back to Alabasta, and you will pay us 1 billion Baileys when you get there. If you don't have money, you can use other things to pay off the debt. Bai Yu said indifferently. Good. Vivi nodded quickly. Subsequently, Bai Yu and Vivi signed an agreement. Pleasant to work with. Bai Yu stretched out his hand with a smile. Pleasant to work with. Vivi's hands were very stiff, because Bai Yu was so scary when he killed someone just now. Then rest early, and leave early tomorrow morning. After Bai Yu finished speaking, he pulled Nami back to rest. Tomorrow. This. Before Vivi's words were finished, Bai Yu had disappeared. Zoro. Get out of here. Luffy shouted loudly with a big belly. Zoro was sitting on the roof drinking when he heard Luffy calling him in a daze. Luffy, what are you doing so late? Before he could finish speaking, Luffy's fist was already punched. Bastard. Are you crazy? Zoro was startled and dodged the punch. You ungrateful bastard. It's up to me. Luffy roared and rushed towards Zoro. Ungrateful. Zoro was stunned. When did he do something ungrateful? But now there is no way to think about it. Luffy has rushed over. Asterisk. Chapter 36. Son of the Devil, Nico Robin. Open black lens bracket for collection. Ask for flowers. Close black lens bracket. Bastard. Are you serious? Zoro roared loudly while defending. I want to see if it's my rubber or your knife. Luffy said coldly. Okay. I also want to see who is stronger between us. Zoro doesn't care what the reason is. If he wants to fight, he can fight. I just drank a little wine, exercise to sober up. At this moment, Bai Yu appeared beside the two with a look of anger. Boom. Boom. The two were directly knocked to the ground. You two, keep your voice down. Bai Yu was very depressed, and he was almost able to break through Nami's last line of defense just now. The result was disturbed by these two bastards. His anger is not small. It was the idiot Luffy who provoked me first. Why did you hit me? This bastard Zoro even cut down the people who entertained us. Why did you hit me? Both of them were aggrieved. Luffy, did your observation Hawkeye get eaten by a dog? What do you mean to say? Bai Yu knocked Luffy on the head again. Then he turned his head and knocked Zoro's head. You two, don't you know to tell him clearly? What's going on? Luffy asked with a confused expression. Tell you two, don't let fights affect my sleep, and tomorrow we're leaving for Alabasta. I took a bill for 1 billion Baileys, and you all give me. Billion Bailey. A billion Baileys can buy a lot of meat. Luffy and Zoro's eyes widened. They didn't have much money in their bodies since they went to sea. Most of them are Namis. They can be said to be the poorest pirates. Now all of a sudden there are a billion Baileys, how could it not be surprising? It's good to know, go to sleep at night, and maybe someone will come to assassinate you. Bai Yu left immediately after speaking, and went back to see if he could continue. At that time, Alabasta monkeyed Luffy. Crocodile looked at Luffy's bounty. The first reward was 30 million Bailey, which is rare. Robin was leaning against the wall, a glass of red wine in his hand. You just have to work hard for you, make a trip in person, and deal with all the people there. My identity must not be exposed. Crocodile looked gloomy, his plan was about to succeed. There is absolutely no room for error at this time. You are really ruthless, there are a lot of people there. Robin said blankly. What, do you have any comments? Crocodile's eyes narrowed slightly. No. With that said, Robin put the wine glass on the table and walked out of the room with graceful steps. Whiskey Peak was very calm, without any movement. Everyone slept well that night. Certainly not Vivi and Ekalem. The two of them feared all night. Finally wait till dawn. By the way, what happened last night? Both Usopp and Sanji looked confused. The town that was lively yesterday was gone in a blink of an eye, and there were still many corpses. You two idiots. Those are bad guys. Luffy growled loudly. Say like you're not an idiot. Zoro said aside. Okay, let's set sail, the boat is saying. Nami, go and call Vivi. Bai Yu interrupted the sparring of these guys. If it started, the ghosts knew how long these guys would drag on. Good morning everyone, sorry for what happened before. Vivi came over and apologized very politely. There is no need to apologize. After all, we have signed an agreement and are considered partners. You should have a permanent pointer from Alabasta. Bai Yu asked. Yeah, there is. Vivi nodded. Let's go then. Bai Yu didn't explain much. Anyway, Luffy and Zoro knew it, just let them and Sanji explain. After arriving at the pier, Bai Yu stopped. It's not very good to board someone else's pirate ship without permission. It's a pity that I like this ship quite a bit. Robin is standing on the bow of Going Merry. Bastard. That's my special seat. Luffy was pissed when he saw Robin in his prime seat. You. How come you are here? When Vivi saw Robin, she was immediately taken aback. Who is she? Nami asked curiously. Senior agent of Baroque Works, Ms. All Sunday, partner of Mr. Zero. Vivi looked at Robin with a wary expression. Isn't Mr. Zero Crocodile? Nami was startled and quickly hid behind Bai Yu. Nico Robin, son of the devil, are you here to kill us? Bai Yu smiled. This time there were 2 female crew members, which was a great harvest. Nico Robin. Everyone else was taken aback. The name of the devil's son is too loud. After all, a reward of 79 million Bailey was offered at the age of 8, and it was difficult to know. Robin's face changed. How do you know me? I know more than you think. Bai Yu was still smiling. Originally, I didn't intend to kill you. Now that you know my identity, you can only be sorry. Robin's voice fell, and his hands were crossed in his heart, ready to activate the fruit power. Bai Yu instantly appeared in front of Robin, with the knife in his hand on Robin's neck. Who the hell are you? Cold sweat broke out on Robin's forehead. My name is Bai Yu, the deputy captain of the Straw Hat Pirates, and there is a reward of 28 million now. Bai Yu made a detailed self-introduction. It seems that everyone underestimated the Straw Hat Pirates. Robin knew that she was definitely not Bai Yu's opponent. The moment Bai Yu made his move, a lot of power erupted from the other people. At this moment, she understood why these people offered such a high reward for the first time. Asterisk. Chapter 37. Harvest 2 crew at a time. What's your choice, Nico Robin? Bai Yu asked very directly. Do I have a choice now? A smile appeared on Robin's face. Over the years, she has gotten used to it, and she is even a little tired. Luffy, is there any problem for her to join our pirate group? Bai Yu turned to look at Luffy. Is she a good person? Should be a good guy. Oh well, thanks to the captain and vice captain, please give more advice in the future. Robin said with a smile. How can something so simple? Nami yelled from the side, completely unable to understand what Bai Yu and Luffy were doing. Inexplicably, the enemy joined the pirate group. Others also couldn't understand what Bai Yu and Luffy were doing. Nico Robin, welcome to the Straw Hat Pirates. Although I know you, others don't. You'd better introduce yourself. A smile appeared on Bai Yu's face. My name is Nico Robin. As the co-captain said, I'm called the Devil's Son, I'm an archaeologist, and I just want to live and explore the history of this world. Robin was very generous and made a self-introduction. No problem now, let's go. Bai Yu said and jumped on the boat. Luffy also immediately returned to his exclusive special seat, set sail. Miss Robin, have some love for breakfast. Sanji came to Robin with a plate of delicious breakfast. Thanks. Robin was not polite either, he took it and ate it. As soon as he ate it, his eyes widened. She found that after eating this meal, all the cells in her body seemed to come alive, and even Devil Fruit's power seemed to be enhanced. Although Sanji is a bit lustful, his cooking skills are definitely the top in the world. If you eat it regularly, you can strengthen your strength. Bai Yu said aside. It's really amazing. Robin wasn't polite either, he ate the whole plate without leaving anything behind. Princess Vivi, this is for you. Sanji ignored Bai Yu's words and brought a plate of breakfast to Vivi. Thanks. Vivi is also very curious, what is the meal that can enhance his strength? Sanji then brought another one to Nami, and then gave Bai Yu another one after thinking about it. Then he ate it by himself. Bastard. Ours. Luffy, Zoro, and Usopp shouted in unison. Go to the kitchen and get it yourself. Sanji said and started eating. Bastard. It's too discriminatory. Hack him sooner or later. I'm off to eat. After Usopp finished speaking, he rushed directly to the kitchen. He didn't dare to speak harshly to Sanji like Luffy and Zoro did, and some of them were already very good. Well, although it's a bit presumptuous, can I eat it? Ikalem said cautiously. Of course, feel free, there's a lot more, but you have to hurry up, they'll be finished when it's late. Sanji said very gentlemanly. Thanks. Ikalem rushed over immediately. Luffy, it's mine. You spit it out for me. Cough cough, I have eaten it, how can I spit it out? Zoro, why did you rob me? Boom. The three rushed out of the kitchen and scuffled together. You three bastards. Didn't I tell you not to fight in the kitchen? Sanji rushed over angrily and joined the fray. Both Vivi and Robin had odd expressions on their faces. They have never seen such a pirate group. The captain does not have the majesty of the captain, and the crew does not have the appearance of the crew. Even for a breakfast, you can fight. The deputy captain and the navigator were still so calm. Don't make a fuss, we're all used to it. Nami was eating very calmly. What an interesting pirate group. Robin smiled and looked at Bai Yu. Are you going to go directly to Alabasta? I'm also considering it. Bai Yu was also a little tangled in his heart. Chopper must not be left behind. But in the current situation, it is really difficult to go to Drum Island. You do not believe me? Asked Robin. Of course not. Bai Yu said, and put his finger on Robin's eyebrows. When Robin got on the ship, Bai Yu had already acquired Robin's exclusive skills. And this skill made Bai Yu a little shocked. Sage art, thousands of real hands, the Buddha on the top, modified version, a modified version of wood-style fairy art from the world of Hokage, sage art that can be performed based on the fruit ability without chakra and sage mode. Close black lens bracket. Bai Yu was also taken aback when he first saw this skill. He thought that when the big pillars used this ninjutsu, 9 tails were pressed to the ground and rubbed. And before using this trick, you can still say something like 13. I give you a hand. And Vivi's skills are a bit embarrassing, he doesn't know whether to give or not. Transformation technique. From the world of Dragon Ball, it can be transformed into all creatures and objects. Due to the different rules of the world, the effect of the skills will change. Please experience it yourself. Close black lens bracket. This skill can be said to be useful, but it can also be said to be a tasteless skill. Originally, he thought that the system would also give a skill similar to Cannon Sister. Although this is considered a superpower, its usefulness is really limited. But it's better than nothing. Maybe after modification, there will be unexpected effects. Vivi, since we got on the boat, although we just signed an agreement, we are half a partner. Let's give you a gift. Bai Yu pointed his finger on Vivi's head. Let him see how the transformation technique in the Dragon Ball world will change in the pirate world. Asterisk. Chapter 38. I bet you have no bullets in your gun. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Thank you, Vice Captain. Robin opened his eyes and looked at Bai Yu with a smile. She found that this choice was really very correct. Although she didn't fully understand that skill, she could still feel powerful. If she can use her skills to the ultimate, then she has the power to live. So her words of thanks are truly heartfelt thanks. Thank you, Deputy Captain. Vivi also immediately thanked. This is simply a super powerful fruit ability. And it still doesn't have to become the superpower of a landlubber. This is not something money can buy. Robin, Vivi, what skills Bai Yu gave you? Use them up and let me see. Luffy stopped fighting with a few people. The other three also looked at the two women curiously. The skills that the deputy captain taught me are not convenient to show here, but they are related to my fruit ability. By the way, I seem to have forgotten to say that I eat flower fruit, and my whole body can bloom like a flower. When Robin spoke, he also introduced his abilities. I learned the transformation technique, and I can transform into anyone and any object. Vivi turned into Bai Yu as he spoke. Impressive. Luffy's eyes lit up immediately. Be me. I'm sorry, I'm just learning now. The transformation time can only last for 1 minute, and I have to rest for 5 minutes before I can transform again. Vivi turned into himself as he spoke. Practice hard, and you can change as you like in the future. Bai Yu said. He was also a little surprised after knowing the effect of this skill. If this skill can be fully mastered, all parts of the body can be changed arbitrarily. And you can change other objects and people too. It's not an exaggeration to call it magic. Originally, he wanted to find more crew members and gain more skills. But now it seems that it is completely unnecessary. Now if these skills can be used in Ultimate, they are enough to dominate the world. However, he has no ambition to dominate the world, he just wants to live a free and unfettered life. Every day I sleep until I wake up naturally. I want money, I want a woman with a woman, and a brother with a brother. It feels good to have a banquet and a drink together, and occasionally take risks. Deputy Captain, please teach me transformation technique. Sanji got down on one knee seriously. Although his most desired ability is transparent fruit. But now he has changed his mind, he wants transformation technique. Transform into a woman and enter the ladies' bathroom. Okay, if you want to learn, I can only take back your god-level cooking skills. How could Bai Yu not know Sanji's wretched mind? That's a pity. Sanji quickly turned around and left. Although transformation technique is very good, in his heart, it is absolutely incomparable with god-level cooking technique. Bai Yu, are we heading directly to Alabasta now? Nami asked. Then go to Alabasta first. Bai Yu thought about it for a while, and resolved what Crocodile was talking about first. As for Chopper, it's just a matter of spending some time looking for it. Boom. A shell exploded beside the boat, picking up a splash of water. No, it's a pirate ship. Usopp shouted loudly. Well, I know, I'll leave it to you, Usopp. Bai Yu grabbed Usopp as he spoke, threw it out vigorously, and landed precisely on the enemy's pirate ship. Will he be okay? Robin asked in surprise. Don't worry, don't think Usopp is timid, but his strength is very strong, but his timid problem still needs to be exercised. Bai Yu clearly knew Usopp's strength, and he was the strongest among them all. Moreover, he has already comprehended most of the gunfighting skills. The current Usopp is still capable of fighting even against Rear Admiral level combat power. Of course, if Logia's ability is another matter. At this time, Usopp was not well. Surrounded by a group of hideous-looking pirates, the muzzle of the gun and the blade of the blade were all aimed at him. Wait a minute, don't do it yet, Usopp shouted quickly. In my heart, I cursed Bai Yu with blood. Do you want to ask for mercy? The pirate asked. You also saw me, I was thrown over by them, I am not with them, I will join you and help you kill them. Usopp immediately thought of a solution. Okay. The pirate glanced at Usopp, and when he saw his trembling appearance, he believed it a little. Then let's kill them together. Little ones, shoot. The pirate roared, and the dense shells rushed towards Going Merry. Bastard, you are not allowed to attack the Merry. Usopp roared and took out 2 guns from his body. Bang bang bang. Bullets flew out, but instead of hitting the pirates on the boat, it hit a cannonball. Boom boom boom. The shell exploded in midair. Bastard, what have you done? The pirate was very angry and put the gun on Usopp's head. Usopp sneered, I'm the worst at people pointing a gun at my head. Coward, you are courting death. The pirate was ready to pull the trigger. I bet you don't have bullets in your gun. Asterisk. Chapter 39. Encountered a shipwreck and accidentally arrived at Magnetic Drum Island. Open black lens bracket. Ask for flowers. Ask for a review ticket. Ask for all support. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Nami, pull the boat over. The gunfire is over. Usopp should have settled. Bai Yu said with a smile. If this group of pirates did not take the initiative to attack them. Naturally he will not take the initiative to attack. Since you do it, you will risk your life. This is the pirate. Bai Yu, can you let me go first next time? I'm the captain. Luffy looked aggrieved, he wanted to fight too. It looks like a bunch of idiots who don't know anything, and if Usopp's timidity is not exercised properly, it will really cause a big problem. Bai Yu was also very helpless. He was really heartbroken for these crew members. Although he is timid, one person can deal with a pirate group, and his strength is really strong. Robin was also a little surprised by Usopp's strength. She specifically investigated the Straw Hat Pirates. All the crew here are from East Blue. In the weakest East Blue, it is really a miracle that so many powerful crew members can be found. Our pirate group is different from other pirate groups. We have a small number of people, so all members must be able to fight. Whether it is a navigator or a chef, they can all be on their own. Bai Yu also doesn't like to bring along those little minions who only call 666. Such an elite group is what he wants, and what Luffy wants. At the time of speaking, the Mary was already leaning on the pirate ship. Bai Yu, why did you throw me over? Do you know how dangerous it was just now? Usopp jumped to Bai Yu's side, grabbed Bai Yu's clothes and began to question loudly. Aren't you okay? Bai Yu smiled. Bastard, next time you dare to throw me out, How about you? Bai Yu smiled and looked at Usopp. Okay, you did a good job this time, and the treasure will be distributed to you. Then a few people boarded the pirate ship and began to carry supplies. This pirate group is too poor. Nami scraped out a small bag of treasure, very dissatisfied. It's good to have it, and hurry up when you're done. Bai Yu didn't care, it was just a small episode. What's this? Sanji took out a small box. Let me see. Bai Yu took the box and crushed the lock. There is a fruit similar to a cantaloupe inside, but it has a spiral pattern like tang grass, which is very peculiar. Looks like we're lucky. Bai Yu didn't expect that he could get a devil fruit by solving an unknown pirate group. Although I don't know what kind of fruit this is, the minimum value of devil fruit is more than 100 million Bailey. This devil fruit is similar to the one I ate, Luffy said in surprise. Devil fruits are basically the same. Put them away first, and wait to determine what fruit is talking about. Bai Yu wouldn't eat devil fruit anyway, he didn't want to become a landlubber. After scraping the spoils, Going Merry set sail again. The Mary was just a small sailboat, and it was not sailing very fast. So it takes a minimum of 3 to 4 days to sail to Alabasta. After 2 days of sailing, Robin and Vivi, who were newly aboard, gradually became familiar with each other. Watching Luffy and the others play every day is also very happy and relaxed. On the Grand Line, though, it's never just plain sailing. Today, they encountered a storm. Fast up the sails. Nami shouted loudly. Sails stowed. Going Merry is like a lonely boat in the turbulent sea, and it may sink at any time. The bottom of the boat is leaking. Make it up soon. Bai Yu didn't dare to be careless at this time and took the helm himself. Everyone is busy, but still a drop in the bucket. The storm was too big, and it came without warning. This is the Grand Line, anything can happen. We can't keep going on this course. We have to change course, and even if we can hold on, the Mary can't hold on. Nami shouted loudly. Luffy, you decide. Bai Yu said. Mary is also our partner. We can't let our partner be in danger. Change course. Luffy said seriously. Change the course immediately. Everyone injects Haki into the Mary and protects the main hull. Bai Yu immediately shouted loudly. Fortunately, they have master armament Haki. Although it is only a primary level, it can also play a certain protective role on the melee. Otherwise, they would have sunk long ago. The storm lasted all night. When the storm was over, all the people on the boat were lying on the ground tired. The Mary is also scarred. The mast was broken, the sail was broken, and the hull was damaged in many places. If it weren't for Bai Yu and the others to protect them with Haki, the melee would have been buried in the sea. It suddenly snowed in the sky. The temperature also dropped rapidly. The people lying on the ground were immediately woken up by the cold. Is this the weather on the Grand Line? Bai Yu glanced at the cloudy sky and was speechless. It's just been through a storm, and now it's winter again. Oops, Nami exclaimed. What's wrong? Bai Yu asked quickly. Alabasta's permanent pointer is gone. Nami fell to the ground. The recording pointer is not full of magnetism, so it cannot reach the next island at all. If they can't find the next island, they get lost in the sea. What? Vivi's eyes widened. Without a permanent pointer, they couldn't get back to Alabasta quickly. Don't panic, let's move in the direction of snow first, maybe there will be islands. Bai Yu is not panic at all, although the current plot has changed. But overall, it is still within the controllable range. Since God told him to find Chopper first, let's go to Drum Island first. Compared to Luffy's unreliability, Bai Yu is the backbone of everyone on board. Therefore, when they heard Bai Yu's words, everyone was not so panicked. Repairing the Mary while sailing slowly. Too bad they can't repair ships. The original lovely Mei Li was made like a beggar by them. But fortunately can barely sail. After the ship stops, it will be well repaired. Look, there are islands ahead. Haha, I can finally go ashore. Excellent. Long live the co-captain. After a group of people saw the island, they jumped up with joy. But at this time, a huge iron ship also appeared in front of them. Asterisk. Chapter 40. The Blackbeard Pirates appear. Open black lens bracket. Ask for flowers. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. The tin boat that appeared suddenly rushed towards them. There is absolutely no intention to change course. If it was hit by this huge iron boat, the Mary would definitely be shattered. They fell into this icy water and could not escape the fate of death. Change course. Bai Yu hurriedly shouted. He realized something was wrong. The ship looked familiar to him. You stay on the boat, I'll go take a look. Bai Yu said and rushed over on moonwalk. Your Majesty. Someone flew over. Fly over. Wapol was stunned. How could people fly? But after seeing Bai Yu, he was also taken aback. Quick. This guy must be from the Blackbeard Pirates. Kill him. Wapol shouted in a panic. The cannon was immediately aimed at Bai Yu. Boom. Cannonballs flew out. With a wave of Bai Yu's hand, the shells flew out. Directly on the boat. Bai Yu was also stunned when he saw Wapol with an iron jaw. And just now Wapol seems to think he is a member of the Blackbeard Pirates. It occurred to him immediately that Blackbeard had been to Drum Island. Wapol gave up his country and people and fled because of Blackbeard's attack on Drum Island. But the timeline is a little off. In the original book, when Straw Hat Crew came to Drum Island, Wapol had been a pirate in the sea for several months. But the current situation has already shown that Wapol has just escaped from Drum Island and has not yet become a pirate. What did you just say? Bai Yu said coldly. Go to hell. Wapol burst out suddenly, opened his mouth wide and tried to swallow Bai Yu into his stomach. Boom. Bai Yu kicked Wapol out and hit the boat. Isn't Blackbeard on Drum Island? Bai Yu stepped on Wapol's stomach. Yes. The Blackbeard Pirates are attacking my kingdom. Hero. Please save me. Save my kingdom. Wapol burst into tears immediately and began to cry for help like Bai Yu. When did Blackbeard start attacking, and what's the situation on Drum Island now? Bai Yu asked again. Blackbeard has just attacked, and now my army is resisting. I am going to ask for help. Please help me. As long as I can drive away the Blackbeard Pirates, I will definitely not treat you badly. Wapol is still desperate for help. Really? Then give me all the treasures and supplies on the ship now, and I'll help you deal with Blackbeard. How could Bai Yu not know who Wapol is? It is impossible to save, so I'm talking about grabbing it first. I came out in a hurry. I didn't bring any treasure. Wapol's eyes flickered, obviously lying. Yes, then let me see. Bai Yu wouldn't believe Wapol. Okay, no problem, I'll take the adults too. Wapol nodded immediately. At this moment, 3 sharp arrows flew over. Bai Yu ducked sideways, and 3 arrows hit Wapol directly. What? Wapol screamed. It seems that we can only clean up first. The famous sword in Bai Yu's hand came out of its sheath. The figure disappeared instantly. The people on the boat fell one by one. Some people saw this situation and immediately jumped off the boat. Bai Yu, I'm here. Luffy let out a loud roar and shot straight at him. These 2 bastards. How dare you eat alone? Zoro is angry. I'll go over and take a look first, the stupid green algae head can only watch. Sanji said that and stepped directly on the moonwalk and rushed over. Bastard, I'll cut you sooner or later. Zoro gritted his teeth angrily, but there was nothing he could do. Who made him not moonwalk, and he didn't have the ability to rubber fruit. Let's hurry up and help. Vivi said worriedly, help. The corners of Nami's mouth twitched, and the three guys passed. It was definitely not them who needed help, but the people on the tin ship. Even though this is also said, Nami still docked the ship. Of course, not to help Bai Yu and the others, but to scrape the spoils. Such a big ship must have a lot of treasure. Although Wapol fled in a hurry, as a king, his treasure is still very large. Looking at the piles of treasures, a smile appeared on Nami's face. Now there is good news and bad news, which one do you want to hear? Bai Yu looked at the crowd and said, what's the good news? Asked Robin. The good news is that the Drum Island is in front of us. We only need to be here for 3 days, and we can record the pointer and store the magnetic force, and then we can go to Alabasta. Bai Yu said slowly. What about the bad news? Nami asked. The bad news is that there is a group of powerful pirates on Drum Island now, and I'm not sure if I can defeat them. Bai Yu said very cautiously. He really didn't know if he was Blackbeard's opponent now. Although the current Blackbeard did not get shock fruit, the strength is definitely very strong. A powerful pirate group. Luffy's eyes suddenly lit up. There are swordsmen in that pirate group, right? There was war in Zoro's eyes. I haven't had enough fun just now, and it's almost the same as another game. Sanji also stood up. Okay, then let's go meet the Blackbeard Pirates for a while. Seeing the decisions of several people, Bai Yu was ready to fight Blackbeard. Wait, you mean the Blackbeard Pirates? Robin was startled. She specializes in intelligence, so how could she not know about Blackbeard? Is the Blackbeard Pirates strong? Nami asked curiously. Of course powerful, Blackbeard Teach, who was originally a member of the Whitebeard Pirates, one of the New World 4 emperors, is said to have betrayed the Whitebeard Pirates, and is now being hunted down by the Whitebeard Pirates. To be able to escape in front of the man who is called the strongest in the world, his strength is absolutely terrifying, and several members of the Blackbeard Pirates are all notorious villains. Robin's face was very ugly. In her opinion, the Blackbeard Pirates were more dangerous than Crocodile. Because even if Crocodile is powerful, he is only one person. But there are 5 Blackbeard Pirates. Since they are villains, let's beat them up. Luffy roared in excitement. Since it's the captain's order, then execute it and beat them up. Bai Yu smiled slightly. I really can't do anything about you. Don't get hurt. We don't have a ship doctor here. Nami was very helpless, but also knew that once these men made a decision, it would never change. The ship doctor will be available soon. Bai Yu looked in the direction of the Drum Island. Asterisk. Chapter 41. Tony Chopper. Open black lens bracket. Ask for flowers. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. The Drum Island has become a mess. The Blackbeard Pirates have landed. But the king left the people and fled alone. Although the soldiers of the kingdom are also resisting the pirates. But ordinary soldiers are no match for the Blackbeard Pirates at all. It's really a miracle that such a weak country can still exist. Badgers punched a soldier away with a look of disdain. The Drum Kingdom used to be a famous medical country. It was only because the fool king expelled the doctor that it became lonely. The purpose of our visit here is medical knowledge here. Blackbeard is not in the mood to dominate the country. He just wants medical technology here. Because he didn't want to become like Roger and Whitebeard when he was old. The current Whitebeard's decline is too serious. Otherwise, he wouldn't even have a chance to escape. Pirates, stop. Dalton roared and stood in front of the Blackbeard Pirates. A large number of soldiers also rushed out of the palace. The king has run away, and there are still people resisting. Lafitte adjusted his hat and glanced at Dalton. We are not protecting the king, but the country and the people. Dalton shouted loudly, and at the same time entered a fighting state. Zone capable person, let me see your strength. Badgers clenched his fists and stepped forward to challenge Dalton. Okay. Van Oka's eyes narrowed slightly, and he turned around and shot. What happened? Blackbeard asked. Someone got on our pirate ship. Van Oka said and fired a few more shots. At that time, Straw Hat crew has just come ashore, just in time to see the huge raft pirate ship of the Blackbeard Pirates. Nami's old troubles were repeated. And the Blackbeard Pirates are so powerful, she really wants the treasure on the ship. Anyway, it is destined to go to war, so of course you are welcome. Huh, there is a permanent pointer of Alabasta. Vivi was instantly ecstatic, and with the permanent pointer, they didn't have to land and risk fighting the Blackbeard Pirates. Everyone, I found the permanent pointer, we don't have to wait here for 3 days. Well, let's go after the fight. Luffy nodded, definitely not going now. Now that it has been decided to fight, it will not change. Why do this? We can go now. Why do we have to fight? Vivi didn't understand Luffy's decision. No reason, just because we are pirates. Bai Yu glanced at Vivi and said nothing. Some things, if you understand, you understand, if you don't understand, you don't understand. You can't persuade them, and no one can persuade them, because they have already risked their lives. Robin stopped Vivi, who was about to speak. Just at this time, Usopp suddenly drew his gun. Bang bang bang. Several shots were fired in a row. The other side has snipers, and they are very powerful. Usopp changed his timid image and looked extremely serious. You're so motivated today, Usopp. Zoro patted Usopp, and with this shot, the man fell directly to the ground. I didn't try hard. Bastard. I haven't tried my best, my shoulders are broken, I can't fight anymore, I'll leave it to you. Usopp shouted with snot and tears. It looks as miserable as it looks. Zoro, are you using too much strength? Luffy took Usopp's word for it right away. Idiot, do you believe what Usopp says? Bai Yu shook his head, do you want me to throw you over, or do you come with us? My shoulder suddenly seems to be healed, let's go with you. Usopp was startled and quickly stood up. Bastard, I'll cut you sooner or later. Zoro glanced at Usopp angrily, and dared to touch him. Since the other party has discovered us, let's respond, Usopp. Bai Yu said. Understood. The frightened look on Usopp's face disappeared instantly, as if he had become another person. Raise your hand as 5 shots. Dare to fight with my Yan Shuangying Usopp. ... What a strong sniper. Van Oka was surprised, and fired quickly to fend off Usopp's bullet. You know, his gun can shoot so far after it has been specially modified. Unexpectedly, a sniper like him appeared now. What's wrong? Blackbeard frowned. I missed it. There are strong snipers in this group of pirates, and they have come over now. Van Oka said immediately. You mean they came after us? Blackbeard looked into the distance. Unfortunately he didn't have the vision of Van Oka. It should be, the sniper fired 5 shots at me just now. Van Oka said. It's getting more and more interesting. Poison Q, hurry up and take away all the medical books here. Let's go to the only doctor in this country. She must have a lot of medical books. Blackbeard chuckled, then we'll go find the kids to play with. Don't try to snatch everything here. Dalton drew his weapon. Burgess instantly appeared in front of Dalton. Elbow. Boom. The weapon in Dalton's hand shattered, and the man flew out. He fell to the ground and spat out a mouthful of blood, and lost his fighting power. Those ordinary soldiers are even less the opponents of the Blackbeard Pirates. The Blackbeard Pirates swaggered into the palace. ... Chopper, hurry up and get out of here, those pirates will soon find us here, you hurry up and leave. Kurha shouted loudly. Dr. Dalier, don't drive me away, I won't leave, we will fight with them. Chopper's tears lingered instantly. A few years ago, Shirulik told him the same when he was about to die, and he wanted to drive him away. Now Dr. Dalier wants to drive him away, and he will never leave. He wants to protect Dr. Dolier. Chopper, all my medical skills are handed over to you, and there is nothing left to hand over to you, let's go to the sea, that's where you really should go. Kuleha was also reluctant to bear Chopper. In her heart, Chopper was just like her child. If it is not a last resort, how can you be willing to drive away? I'm not going. Woohoo. Chopper burst into tears. Chopper, if you don't go, I'll die right now in front of you. Kurha took out a knife, the tip of the knife resting on her neck. Dr. Dalier, go. Run as far as you can. Woo. Chopper cried out loudly, turned into a beast and ran out quickly. The crying Chopper paid no attention to the person in front of him. Asterisk. Chapter 42. Strange Usopp open black lens bracket for flowers. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Bai Yu was stunned when he saw the reindeer running over. That blue nose, reindeer in shorts. Who else is it not Chopper? Meat. When Luffy looked at Chopper, drool came from the corners of his mouth. Reindeer are a very good food. Sanji also came out, ready to attack. It's just a little cold right now. Zoro took out the knife. No, you look at the reindeer as if they were running towards us. Nami noticed the problem right away. Don't move. Bai Yu said angrily, Chopper's state is obviously not right now. Don't really let these bastards get killed. Saying that, he blocked in front of several people. Chopper actually hit him directly. Boom. Chopper bounced out and turned into a cute shape. It hurts. Chopper covered his head. Are you okay? Bai Yu asked. No. Just as Chopper said half of his words, he hid behind the tree in fright after seeing Bai Yu. But just hide the head, the body is completely exposed. The reindeer turned into a civet cat and can even talk. It's amazing. Luffy's eyes lit up. Such a rare species should make my god-level cooking skills go a step further. Sanji's look at Chopper also changed. Although it's a little small, it should be delicious. Zoro also has an appetite. When Chopper heard that these people were going to eat him, he turned around and ran away. Dr. Dalier, save me. Humans want to eat me. Chopper shouted loudly. Don't bully Chopper. Boom. A knife flew out and landed precisely in front of everyone. Kurha came out of the cabin with 2 knives in her hands and a large pile of weapons on her back. If you want to eat Chopper, I will eat you first. Eat us. Usopp hid behind Zoro in horror. Pirates of the Blackbeard Pirates, listen, if you want the medical skills I have here, you can, but you must never do anything to Chopper, or you won't get anything. Kurha said with a serious expression. Dr. Dolly Chopper's tears flowed again. We're not from the Blackbeard Pirates, my name is Luffy, we're the Straw Hat Pirates, and I'm the captain. Luffy introduced himself immediately. Straw Hat Pirates. Clea was also very surprised, and did not expect that there would be a group of pirates on the island. We have no malice and don't want your medical skills. We are here just to fight the Blackbeard Pirates, that's all. Bai Yu said. You guys are going to fight the Blackbeard Pirates. Kurha glanced at Bai Yu and the others and shook his head. You better leave quickly, they are too powerful, don't lose your life in vain, let's go. Old lady, are you a doctor? Luffy asked. Boom. It's so impolite. I'm only 139 years old, when I was young and beautiful. Kurha instantly hit Luffy, very fast. This surprised Bai Yu. Even if Luffy was careless, he wouldn't even have a chance to resist. After all, the current Luffy is the master with 2 kinds of haki. The others were also frightened by Kurha's strength. Old lady, join our pirate group. Our pirate group still lacks a doctor. Luffy got up off the ground. Nothing at all. Do you want to ask me the secret to eternal youth? Kurha asked suspiciously. No, I want to invite the old woman to join our pirate group. Luffy said very seriously. Bastard, I'm only 139 years old, how can I waste time with you guys? After Kurha finished speaking, she turned around and returned to the wooden house. Luffy immediately followed. Old woman, being a pirate is fun, join us. Even the old lady invited you aboard, you're really not a picky eater, monkeyed Luffy. Blackbeard's group came over. Who are you? Luffy asked suspiciously. Blackbeard. Kurha's face was extremely solemn. You are Blackbeard. Luffy looked at Blackbeard curiously. Why did your teeth fall out? Did you get beaten? The smile on Blackbeard's face disappeared instantly, and the veins on his forehead bulged. Are you looking for an old woman to treat your teeth? Luffy hits again. Asshole. Blackbeard was very angry, and black smoke began to appear on his body. Ha ha ha, if you seek me for treatment, the cost of diagnosis and treatment is very expensive. Kurha also laughed. You were the sniper just now. Van Oka looked at Usopp. You're the one who just shot. Usopp asked cautiously. There was no winner just now, let's have a match. Van Oka has a strong fighting spirit, and he has rarely met an equal opponent in recent years. Since there is no winner, so be it, we'll be tied. Usopp was trembling all over. If he lost the test, he would be dead. Are you humiliating me? Van Oka picked up the gun angrily and fired directly. Boom. Usopp picked up the gun, raised his hand and it was a shot. Boom. The 2 bullets collided. Since you have come to your senses, let's have a showdown between men. Usopp's temperament is instantly different. At this moment, it was as if Yan Shuangying had possessed the body, completely fearless. Asterisk. Chapter 43. Straw Hats vs. Blackbeard Pirates. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Bai Yu frowned. Recently he discovered something was wrong with Usopp. Although in normal combat, the strength is rapidly improving. But usually it hasn't changed at all, it's still so timid. Only after being stimulated at certain times, does he instantly change into a person. Even he now seriously suspects that Usopp has schizophrenia, and has even split a Yan Shuangying-like personality. I really shouldn't tell him the story of Yan Shuangying. Bai Yu sighed inwardly, feeling a little anxious for Usopp. This has led to the emergence of a dual personality in the current Usopp. Hopefully Chopper can cure Usopp in the future. For the duel between the 2 snipers, neither side intends to intervene. This is a life-threatening battle between men. It would be an insult to them to intervene. Back to back, Usopp and Van Oka walked out in both directions. The 2 walked 100 paces each. At the moment when the 2 stopped, the hands of the 2 people stopped. Quickly put the gun, turn around and shoot, the action is done in one go, as fast as lightning. Boom, boom. The 2 shots sounded almost at the same time. The 2 bullets collided without incident. The shooting speed of the 2 people is very fast. It's getting so close that no one else can see how to shoot. So strong. Vivi was shocked to see that Usopp, who was usually timid as a mouse, had such a powerful strength. This is gunfighting. It's a terrifying skill. Robin glanced at Bai Yu, because these terrifying skills were taught to them by Bai Yu. How strong is Bai Yu? Maybe it can really beat Blackbeard. A smile appeared on Bai Yu's face. Now Usopp is considered a complete master of spear fighting, but fighting and swordsmanship are still far from each other. Only if the master has the 3 powers of spear, fighting, and swordsmanship, and fuse them together, that is the real spear fighting. He was looking forward to how powerful Usopp would be at that time, just hope that no other personalities would be born. Just at this time, Usopp's bullet missed, and the deviation was very large. Van Oka immediately seized the opportunity and fired again. Usopp also had a panic expression on his face, barely dodging the bullet. But then he didn't have time to shoot either. And Van Oka had raised his gun. It's over. Yeah, it's over. The panic disappeared from Usopp's face, and a small smile appeared. At this moment, the originally deflected bullet turned a corner. Boom. Van Oka was hit and fell to the ground. I lost. Being able to fight against my Yan Shuangying Usopp for so long, your spear skills are also very good, report your name. Usopp said with a wall. Van Oka, Blackbeard Pirate Sniper. Van Oka shouted loudly. I remember your name, Van Oka. Usopp turned and left without shooting Van Oka. I've already lost, according to the rules you should kill me. Van Oka shouted. It's still too early for you to die, surpass me, Van Oka, I'll be waiting for you in the strongest position. Usopp shouted loudly. Van Oka, the Blackbeard gang. Why does this line feel so familiar to me? Zoro's face darkened. Bai Yu also didn't expect that Usopp would actually say Hawkeye's lines in the second half. Van Oka, it's really too embarrassing to be told by a child to surpass him, ha ha ha. Blackbeard laughed out loud, and the other three laughed too. It's a bit embarrassing, but I will surpass him. Van Oka struggled to stand up, his eyes very firm. Since the duel is over, let's start the real fight. Blackbeard stood up with the three behind him. Then let's fight. Luffy also stood up. The first bounty was 30 million. If you give all of you to Marine, you should be able to get Shichibukai's position, right? Blackbeard said with a smile. Shichibukai, what is that? Luffy asked suspiciously. Sure enough, you are a newcomer who doesn't understand anything. Lafitte is handed over to you. There was a smile on Blackbeard's face, just be Shichibukai. Then his plan can go ahead. The voice fell, and the three people behind him rushed over immediately, very fast. Want to catch us? Zoro pulled three knives out of their sheaths, blocking Lafitte, and the two fought instantly. Sanji blocked the poisonous Q. Do you still have to fight when you look so sick? Everything is preordained. After the poison Q finished speaking, the body disappeared. Boom. Sanji flew out backwards. Sanji. Luffy yelled. Elbow. Boom. Badgers hits Luffy with an elbow. Luffy was also sent flying. Luffy. Sanji. Zoro glanced at the two distractedly. If you are distracted in battle, you will die. Puff. Rafit's rapier slashed Zoro's stomach. The three major forces were instantly defeated. It's really weak and messed up, and your voyage is over. Blackbeard shook his head and sighed. Weak. Zoro said and stood up, untied the hood from his arms and tied it around his head. Hidaoyi put the text in his mouth, holding Shuego and third-generation Geto in his hand. This kind of sick old man is still far from fighting the chef. Sanji stood up and lit a cigarette. My voyage will not end. I am the man who wants to be the pirate king. Luffy roared angrily, and with a flick of his arm, his body immediately turned red and steamed. Second block. Stand far away. Don't be affected, the battle has just begun. Bai Yu turned his head and said to the others. This level of battle is not something that Vivi and Robin can participate in. Moreover, the strongest person has not yet shot. Quick, run. If these monsters fight seriously, this place will be razed to the ground. Usopp screamed in horror, turned and ran. Why are you so timid again? Nami roared, and immediately followed. Usopp is so strange, sometimes brave and strong, and then timid and cowardly. Vivi looked strangely at Usopp who ran away. Sure enough, this pirate group is very interesting. Robin smiled and followed. You guys hide too, I won't be able to take care of you later. Bai Yu looked at Kurha and Chopper, who was only half hiding. Really, if you destroy my residence, you will have to pay. Kurha glanced at Bai Yu, lifted Chopper up, and followed Nami and the others to hide away. Is this a pirate? Chopper looked at Bai Yu and murmured softly. Kurha glanced at Chopper, but said nothing. The arrangement is over, then let's start too. Duplicant Bai Yu. Black smoke began to rise from Blackbeard's body. Asterisk. Chapter 44. Nirvana. Senju Rakshasa. Open black lens bracket. Ask for flowers. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Boom. A huge roar came from a distance. Even if you have been hiding far away, you can still feel that powerful force. These monsters, let's go a little further, it's not safe here. Usopp looked at the direction the battle was coming from, shook his head and said. Are they monsters too? Chopper asked quietly. Of course, none of those people are normal. When? You're not normal, okay. Nami knocked Usopp to the ground with one punch. Wait a minute, the reindeer is talking. You just found out. How slow is your reaction nerve? What? Give me peace. Kurha shouted and said with a serious expression. The battle is getting louder and louder, and that evil force is spreading towards this side. It's better for us to stay away. Nami also looked at the place where they were fighting, with a worried look on his face. But she also knew that she couldn't help much in the past now. Now all she can do is trust Bai Yu and the others. At that time, the battle between Bai Yu and Blackbeard is also getting more and more intense. The scope of the battle is also getting bigger and bigger. Everyone else is trying to avoid them. Roronoa Zoro, you are the strongest among the swordsmen I fought, but unfortunately you are not a great swordsman yet, let's end the battle. White pigeon feather slash. Lafitte appeared in Zoro's hands in an instant. The cane sword is back in the scabbard. Puff. Immediately in front of Zoro, there was a bloodstain deep in the bone. But Zoro didn't frown. Is it a great swordsman? That's all, then use my weakest to beat your strongest. A sword Asura, Zoro roared, and a dark blue light immediately rose from his body. Full power, full compression. The truly thorough master has the skill of Shura. How is this possible? Luffy's eyes widened, and he was completely dumbfounded when he saw Zoro's burst of power. How could this be the power that a human being can possess? It's not enough. The strongest. Just one knife is enough. Zoro is still compressing the force. The light on his body also changed from mountain blue to white. Finally turned red. 3 swords profound truth. 1 sword Rakshasa. Zoro appeared behind Raffit as if teleporting. The red light on his body disappeared. What a quick knife. After Lafitte finished speaking, his body shattered instantly. Lafitte, Blackbeard exclaimed, and was about to rush to kill Zoro. Boom. A bullet flew past Bai Yu's ear. Since you are in the war, you must bet on your name. 8 inner gates. View gates. Open. Bai Yu instantly opened 8 inner gates and disappeared in place. His target is Van Oka, who just shot. Asshole. Blackbeard discovered Bai Yu's intentions and immediately turned around to save Van Oka. However, Bai Yu, who opened the 6th gate, and the speed of Rubber Fruit's 2nd gear, not everyone can keep up. You guessed wrong. Bai Yu appeared behind Blackbeard. To the peacock. Flames bloom in the air. Boom. Blackbeard fell to the ground. The powerful impact knocked the ground into a huge crater. Bai Yu fell to the ground and returned to his normal state. You are very strong, but Bai Yu and the others have already solved the battle, so I can only solve you. Luffy's voice fell, and 8 inner gates opened instantly. Armament hockey wraps around fists. Boom. Badgers flew out in an instant. The battle is over. Really, I can only end it. Sanji sighed, his eyes changed, and the poison in front of him didn't seem to be a person, but an ingredient. Cooking skills minced meat. Sanji jumped into the air, kicking the air quickly. What is this doing? Poison Q did not understand what the attack method was. He didn't feel anything at all himself. Get out of the pot. Sanji landed on the ground and lit a cigarette. What are you doing? Halfway through the words of Poison Q, he spat out a mouthful of blood and fell to the ground. Of course it's cooking. Sanji exhaled a ring of smoke. The Straw Hat Pirates really underestimated you. Blackbeard climbed up from the deep pit, thick black smoke rising from his body. You can even stand up. Bai Yu was surprised, he was 8 inner gates in 2nd gear, and armament hockey. Blackbeard took a solid blow at the peacock, but nothing happened. Dark cave. Blackbeard's hand was on the ground. The dark energy quickly spread around. Everything that comes into contact with black energy is consumed. Get out of the way. Bai Yu shouted, he knew that this was the ability of Blackbeard Dark Fruit. If it was sucked in, it would be very bad. It's been a long time since I did my best, and I've forgotten my strength. Let's keep fighting. Blackbeard's body was covered in black smoke, and the breath on his body was very strong. When the voice fell, Blackbeard had already appeared in front of Bai Yu, as if teleporting, without any warning. Boom. Bai Yu flew out upside down, a trace of bloodline appeared at the corner of his mouth. Bai Yu. Asshole. When Luffy saw Bai Yu's injury, he was instantly furious. Instantly enter the 2nd gear and open the 8 inner gates, the 6th gate. Luffy. Don't be impulsive. Bai Yu hurriedly shouted loudly, but Luffy's speed was too fast. Rubber peacock. Luffy roared and burst out with flames. This trick is useless. Blackbeard raised his hand, and the dark energy on the ground formed a wall, blocking all of Luffy's attacks. Then the black energy turned into a big hand and grabbed Luffy. Luffy lost his power the moment he was caught. Luffy. Sanji let out a loud roar and rushed over quickly. The relationship is very good, then let's die together. Blackbeard roared, and Sanji was immediately surrounded by dark energy on the ground. Damn you. Bai Yu struggled to stand up, and his body began to glow red. Countless arms appeared behind him, forming a ferocious ghost. The Buddha statue has hundreds of thick arms. All the arms clenched into fists, and the jet black armament hockey wrapped around them. Nirvana. Senju Rakshasa. Asterisk. Chapter 45. System update. Chopper aboard. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Nirvana. Senju Rakshasa. With Bai Yu's roar, the huge fist went straight to Blackbeard in the deep pit. This was the first time he had used his full power. Rubber Fruit 2nd gear plus the power of 8 inner gates 6th gate and 1 knife Shura, as well as Robin's flower fruit and sage art thousands of true hands, and armament hockey. All these forces are combined to create a nirvana. All the power burst out under this blow. The entire Drum Island seemed to be shaking as if an earthquake had occurred. The snow-capped mountains collapsed and the earth shattered. Nami and the others, who were hiding in the distance, were also frightened by this power. Bai Yu. Nami exclaimed and ran out quickly. Nami. Robin tried to stop Nami, but Nami's body was full of electricity, and it was too fast to stop it. The evil power has disappeared. It should be the one who won. Go and see. Kurha said in the direction of the battle. Although she didn't know what happened, the evil force did disappear. Then a group of people quickly went to the place where the battle was fought. At this time, Bai Yu and Luffy were all lying on the ground. Although the blow just now was very powerful, Bai Yu also paid a great price. Compressing such a huge force at one time is also a huge burden on the body. If he hadn't had Hawkeye to protect his body, he would have been shattered in this blow. Luffy and Sanji were also unconscious. Zoro was snoring there. Bai Yu wanted to struggle to get up, but all the bones in his body seemed to be broken. Ding! The first skill of the complete master of the crew is detected, and the system is being upgraded. In a trance, Bai Yu heard the system's voice and fainted. When he woke up, he found himself wrapped in gauze. Chopper's little hoof touched his hand cautiously. Is it fun? Bai Yu said. Okay. Hey. Chopper was startled and hid. However, he still only hides half of his head, all of his body is exposed. Did you take care of me after I was in a coma? Thank you, Chopper. Bai Yu smiled and thanked him. Asshole, even if you thank me I won't be happy, I'm not happy at all. Chopper looks so cute. Bai Yu also laughed, really not hiding his emotions. The mouth does not admit it, but the body is very honest. Bai Yu, you finally woke up. After Nami walked into the room, he saw Bai Yu woke up and immediately hugged Bai Yu excitedly. His injury hasn't healed, and he can't be moved now. Chopper said aside. Nami's pretty face suddenly turned red. Chopper, Luffy, they are looking for you. What? Chopper was startled and ran out in a panic. How long have I been in a coma? Bai Yu asked. You've been in a coma for 2 days, you scared me to death. Tears flowed from Nami's words. Okay, don't cry, I'm fine, how are they, Luffy? Bai Yu patted Nami lightly. They're all fine, they'll be fine after a sleep, and they're very energetic now, but Blackbeard has no trace, it's as if he disappeared out of thin air. Nami said Blackbeard, his face was not very good. Ran away. Bai Yu frowned, recalling the last blow. He knew he had hit Blackbeard, but he really didn't know if Blackbeard was dead. After all, Blackbeard's abilities are too weird. It should be, if it dies, even if it is smashed by you, there will still be smell left, but Chopper can't smell any smell, it should have run away. Nami looked worried. Bai Yu's final blow made the entire Drum Island tremble. But that Blackbeard was able to escape, his strength was really terrifying. With such an enemy around, he will never feel at ease. It's okay, the next time we meet, he won't be able to run away. Bai Yu said it doesn't matter. Anyway, the next time we meet, his strength will only be stronger. Blackbeard must be killed by then. At that time. An unnamed island. Blackbeard lay on the ground weakly. Bastard, I won't let your Straw Hat Pirates go. Captain, you are seriously injured, don't talk. Van Oka came over with a bowl of water. Badgers, Lafitte, Poison Q, I will definitely avenge you. The Straw Hat Pirates won't let a single one go. Cough. Blackbeard clenched his fists, his eyes blood red. I didn't expect to lose 3 crew members this time. Even he almost died. Thinking of Bai Yu's last blow, I also felt a little scared in my heart. If he was later, he would really be dead. Even so, he lost half his life. Captain, what are we going to do next? Ace is still chasing us now. Fan Oka's mood was also a little low. This time, not only was he defeated, but he almost died. Blackbeard's face was very gloomy, and he said coldly, the plan remains the same, wait for my injury to heal, continue to catch over 100 million pirates, and become Shichibukai first. As for Ace, it will be fine if he joins us, if not, then give him to Marine. Compared to Blackbeard's depression, Drum Island is very happy. Chopper, let's go out to sea with us, being a pirate is a very happy thing. Luffy has been bugging Chopper these days. Not only Luffy, but Bai Yu, who was recovering from the injury, everyone else was pestering Chopper. Mainly Chopper is just too cute. Under such a fierce offensive, Chopper finally agreed to join the pirates. Although Bai Yu's injury has not fully recovered, it has not affected his activities. He didn't intend to wait here any longer, and chose to set sail directly. Just boarded the pirate ship. The system beep sounded. Asterisk. Chapter 46. Arrival in Alabasta. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Ding. System upgrade complete. Congratulations to host for getting the reward and improving his physical fitness. As the system beeps sound, a warm current appeared in Bai Yu's body. Injuries that have not fully recovered are also recovered in an instant, and even their physical fitness has been enhanced by at least 2 times. He now has a feeling in his heart that if he uses his nirvana now, he will never make himself unconscious. This is also a benefit to him after the system upgrade. He also gets Zoro's second skill and Chopper's first skill. Open black lens bracket 8000 kendo, from the world of Shinigami, including all genres and swords. Close black lens bracket. Yes, this skill is the kendo of Unohana Retsu Master, the first Shinigami to hold the title of Kenpachi among Shinigami. Although Zoro is a swordsman of the 3 swords style, he basically learned it by himself. Zoro's swordsmanship will definitely improve again after having the 8000 style kendo. Zoro, congratulations to your first complete master with a sword Asura. As a reward, I am giving you a skill. As long as you can master this skill completely, you will have no problem defeating Hawkeye. Bai Yu said and put his finger on Zoro's eyebrows. I see. Zoro opened his eyes, a faint light flickering in his eyes. Bai Yu also smiled slightly. Sure enough, kendo is the most suitable for Zoro. Although one-sword Asura is considered kendo, in general it is still a means to improve physical fitness and increase explosive power. Bachenliu's swordsmanship is the real top swordsmanship. Bai Yu, I want new skills too. Luffy immediately shouted loudly. You're talking about a complete master of 8 inner gates. The first skill doesn't even have a master, so why don't you want the second one? Bai Yu glanced at Luffy angrily. Luffy comprehended skills earlier than Zoro, but he didn't have Zoro's master. It's not that Luffy doesn't have talent, it's that he's just too lazy to play every day. It is really difficult to get him to take the initiative to cultivate. Before entering the Grand Line, Garp trained them for a month. If Garp didn't push them with the iron fist of love every day, Luffy would never have practiced. Me, I want skills too. Chopper's eyes turned into stars. He saw how powerful Bai Yu and Luffy were. I am also looking forward to the skills taught by Bai Yu. Chopper, I'm so sorry, I don't have the skills you can cultivate here. Bai Yu looked at Chopper apologetically. The stars in Chopper's eyes instantly went out, his face was full of loss, and tears rolled in his eyes. No, it's okay. Haha, silly Chopper, I'm kidding you, how could I not have your skills? Bai Yu couldn't bear to laugh when he saw Chopper's appearance. Pointing to Chopper's eyebrows. In fact, the skills are already generated when the Chopper gets on the ship. Healing Jutsu. An ultra-high-level ninjutsu from the world of Hokage, which can heal both internal and external injuries and can also be used in battle. Close black lens bracket. This is Chopper's exclusive skill. With this skill, coupled with Chopper's own medical skills, as long as they don't kill themselves, they will struggle to die. Bai Yu, you are so kind. Chopper was instantly happy, completely forgetting that he had just nearly cried. You're great too, work hard to cultivate, and we'll leave our lives to you. Bai Yu smiled slightly. Even if you praise me, I won't be happy. Chopper's face was already smiling. With the addition of Chopper on the pirate ship, the atmosphere is even more cheerful. So the sailing time goes by very fast. Before I knew it, I came to the desert country, Alabasta. Although Robin is there, they can find Crocodile directly. But Bai Yu was not in a hurry, he was talking about completing the contract first. After all, his contract with Vivi was to send her to the palace. As for Crocodile, he really didn't care. Now Luffy can completely kill Crocodile. As soon as I saw the pier, I saw that the pier was full of boats. The emblem on all ships is that of a Baroque working society. It's Straw Hat Crew. Go and inform the boss. Waiting for them for days. It's finally here. Whether you can become a digital agent depends on this time. All the staff put together a reward of more than 100 million Bailey, but it is not so easy to deal with, so be careful. When the Baroque workers saw the Straw Hat Crew, they were immediately excited. As long as you can kill the members of the Straw Hat Crew, you can climb to a higher position. That represents power and money. No, these are crocodile people. Vivi was also a little nervous when she saw the dense number of boats and people. This is just a bunch of trash. Have you forgotten your skills? Bai Yu looked at Vivi helplessly, this princess was still too cowardly. The best way is to fight, and the baptism of blood and life will transform people. And the best way to increase skill proficiency is to fight. But I can only transform, and now the transformation can only last for 5 minutes, and I have to rest for a minute before I can continue to transform. Vivi said with some fear. Go boldly, skills are dead, people are alive, fight boldly, you must experience these if you want to protect your kingdom. Bai Yu said with a serious expression. Although transformation technique is not a particularly powerful combat skill, it is definitely the first in terms of weirdness. Although the current Vivi is not very proficient, there is no problem at all with these little minions. Asterisk. Chapter 47. Who is the poor one? Open black lens bracket. Ask for flowers. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. Is there really no problem with Vivi? Looking at Vivi fighting alone, Nami was also a little worried. If she can't pass this level, what will be used to protect this kingdom? Bai Yu shook his head. In this world, after all, we must speak with strength. Deputy Captain Bai Yu, please allow me to assist Her Royal Highness. Ikalem said. Are you still on the boat? Bai Yu was stunned, he completely forgot about this Ikalem. If Ikalem didn't speak, he really couldn't remember that there was such a person. You'd better stop making trouble. With your strength, you should inform your king and ask him to prepare 1 billion Baileys or equivalents. Bai Yu said very bluntly. Okay. Ikalem was a little depressed, but he also knew his strength. Especially with this ship of monsters, it is too clear of their own positioning. Hurry up and stop the boat. I want to eat meat. Luffy shouted loudly. When we eat the banquet at the palace, there will be a lot of meat. Bai Yu smiled. No matter what the current situation was, he always had to eat a full meal first. Really? Luffy's eyes lit up instantly. Of course it's true. Bai Yu smiled. Luffy is easy to deal with, as long as there is meat. At this time, Vivi has already dealt with the little guys from the Baroque Work Club. Although she has been on the ship for a short time, her strength has also improved a lot under the training of this group of monsters. And with the advantages of transformation technique, she can control her own size. Those little guys don't even know what hockey is, so how could they attack Vivi? Although it takes 5 minutes to transform into a 1-minute break. But 5 minutes can already destroy a lot of enemies. A minute of rest, with Vivi's own strength, can also be handled completely. With the battle, Vivi became more and more proficient with the master of transformation technique. However, there are too many people on the other side. Vivi's stamina quickly ran out. Quick, she's dying. Kill her. The little boy raised his knife and let out a loud roar. Vivi closed her eyes in horror. But after waiting for a long time, there was no knife on his body. Well done, leave it to me next. Bai Yu said and took out a coin. Super electromagnetic cannon. Boom. A dozen ships were destroyed in an instant. Vivi, she was exhausted to death, and she only defeated dozens of people. Then Bai Yu flicked his finger, thousands of people and dozens of ships disappeared. Does that mean she did a good job? At that time, Crocodile, who was in the rain, had just received news of the arrival of the Straw Hat crew in Alabasta. As a result, just after the call, I heard a scream. And then no more. Damn woman. Nico Robin, I want you to know the price of betraying me. Crocodile is very angry, although he will not trust anyone, but if anyone dares to betray him, then wait for his crazy revenge. Mr. One Straw Hat crew landed in Albana, you go to solve them. Nico Robin, that woman wants to live, I want her to know the consequences of betrayal. Crocodile had a murderous look on his face, although he didn't care about the trashy agents. But the Straw Hat crew coming to Alabasta will definitely affect his plans. He is about to succeed, and at this time no one is allowed to disrupt his plan. Yes, Mr. Point One also felt Crocodile's anger and didn't dare to say anything more. After receiving the order, go directly to Albana. Just a few newcomers, he really didn't take it to heart. All members of the Straw Hat Pirates have landed. As for the pirate ship, it has been hidden by them. This is where Vivi grew up, and it's easy to hide a boat. And when they hid the boat and went ashore, Marine's warships also stopped in Albana. Marine leading the charge was Smoker, who was beaten by Luffy in Loguetown. He never imagined that he would be defeated by a kid who can't even know hockey. It was a shame, he had to catch the kid in the straw hat. Tashigi, you go to the palace and say hello to the king of Alabasta. Although Smoker wanted to seize the Straw Hat crew, he also knew that it was someone else's territory. And Alabasta is a superpower and can't easily offend. Yes, Tashigi nodded, thinking of the man who stole her knife. This meeting must take back her knife. And catch that nasty man. Ah, Bai Yu sneezed. Are you okay? Nami asked with concern. It's alright, let's speed up. Bai Yu shook his head, it was really uncomfortable in the desert. The original Alabasta was not like this, it was only because there was no rain for 3 years, all the oases were dried up, and it was because of this that there was unrest in the kingdom. Vivi clenched his fists and gritted his teeth, it's all that bastard Crocodile. I can't spare him. It's useless to say harsh words now, our agreement is to send you to Alabasta, not to help you deal with Crocodile. Bai Yu shook his head, recognize yourself, don't say those useless cruel words, it's just incompetent rage. Bai Yu, Vivi is so pitiful, you can help her, that Crocodile is not your opponent anyway. Nami pleads for help from the side. Are there few poor people in this world? Bai Yu looked at the few people around him, not to mention others, which one of them was smooth sailing. Luffy, he doesn't even know who his parents are, and he hasn't seen his biological grandpa a few times. He was raised by a group of bandits. Zoro, about the same, doesn't know who his parents are. He originally had a childhood sweetheart, but he fell down the stairs and fell to his death. Sanji, whose mother died of illness, was imprisoned by his biological father, and was humiliated and bullied by his brother. He finally escaped, and almost starved to death on the way. Usopp, my father ran away with the red hair, and my mother fell ill and died, so I can only get the attention of the people in the village by lying. Not to mention Chopper, the blue-nosed reindeer was driven out of the deer herd since childhood, and later ate the fruit of Renren, and was regarded as a monster by everyone. Where is Nami himself? And he himself, before crossing, life was not so good. Self-pity and self-pity are useless. Try to become stronger for yourself, surpass everyone, and surpass your previous self. This is what you should really do. Asterisk. Chapter 48. The Bizarre Awakening of Conqueror's Hockey. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. But, Vivi is our partner, shouldn't we help her? Nami said and looked at the others. Does she really think of us as a partner? Does she know what a partner is? If so, why should we help her? Bai Yu shook his head, he understood Nami. After all, Nami's village has been occupied by dragons for so many years, and she understands Vivi's mood. I don't want this place to become the former Cocoa West village. But it is only understanding, he is not the virgin. Everything has value, and he can help, but he must get an equivalent benefit. It is also because he can also gain benefits himself. Nami, stop talking, let's go quickly. Vivi's eyes were red, and she turned and walked ahead. Deputy Captain, I support you. Zoro said very seriously. Looks like we're missing a beautiful lady on board. Sanji took a puff and sighed. Wow, what a big crab. Luffy's eyes lit up. How can there be a really big crab? Sanji was startled when he saw the giant crab that appeared in front of him. This crab is bigger than their boat. I want to eat crabs. Luffy roared and rushed over. Let's take a rest early and eat something to replenish our strength. Bai Yu knew that it was absolutely impossible to stop these people. And he also wanted to taste what the giant desert crab was like. Luffy, don't break the crab shell. Sanji yelled. Understood. Boom. There was a loud bang, and the huge crab was turned upside down, motionless. Then a group of people found a few boulders and rested in a sheltered place. Sanji is in charge of cooking the crabs. The rich aroma continued to spread out. Bai Yu's stomach also growled, and his appetite was shaken. The corners of the others' mouths were also drooling. They eat the food that Sanji makes every day, not to mention other creatures that inhabit the desert. Boom. A roar sounded, and the ground kept shaking. Do deserts also have earthquakes? Nami asked curiously. Well, not. Something is coming. It seems that there are quite a few. Zoro stood up, the knife in his hand unsheathed. It seems to be attracted by the food. Bai Yu is also a little helpless. It seems that Sanji will not cook outside in the future. Because a large group of birds and a dozen huge lizards have already flown outside. Don't take my meat. Luffy roared angrily, and an invisible force emanated. The birds in the sky fell to the ground one after another, and more than a dozen lizards also lay motionless on the ground. Vivi and Ekolem fainted directly to the ground. Cold sweat broke out on the foreheads of the others. Luffy, what did you do? Zoro looked at Luffy in shock. I don't know, I just don't want them to take my meat. Luffy himself was startled. Congratulations Luffy, you have awakened the one-of-a-kind conqueror's Haki. Bai Yu smiled congratulations. He was also a little surprised. He didn't expect that Luffy would awaken Conqueror's Haki just because of the crab meat. This is so weird. Conqueror's Haki. The other people also had weird expressions on their faces. Isn't this awakening too casual? How much does Luffy want to eat meat? Ha ha ha. I am indeed the best. Celebrate my awakening Conqueror's Haki. Let's have a party. Luffy shouted excitedly. A smile appeared on Bai Yu's face. No matter what, now that the Conqueror's Haki is complete, the next thing to do is to cultivate the Conqueror's Haki. A few hours later, Luffy fell to the ground with a round stomach. Bai Yu was about the same, it was the first time he had eaten so much. Everyone else was fed up too. Let's go quickly, it's very dangerous to be outside if you can't get into the city before dark. Vivi spoke up. Let's go then. Bai Yu was also almost resting and stood up, only Luffy was still sleeping there. What about Luffy? Zoro said helplessly. Bai Yu smiled and walked to Luffy's side, shouting loudly, Luffy, go to the banquet. Where? Luffy jumped up instantly, and his round belly disappeared immediately. Ha ha ha, everyone laughed. When they saw the city, they found a person standing in front of them. It's him, codenamed Mr. One, whose real name is Daz Bonus, who has the ability to cut fruit. He is very powerful. In the entire Baroque Work Club, no one except Crocodile is his opponent. Robin immediately told everyone what she knew. Nico Robin, how dare you betray the boss? Mr. Point One looked at Robin with narrowed eyes. It seems that you have met the boss, but what you don't know is that Crocodile and I are just a cooperative relationship, and there is no betrayal. Robin heard Mr. One call her name and knew that Crocodile must have summoned all the agents. Then this country will soon fall into the hands of Crocodile. Of course, without the Straw Hat crew. You should talk to the boss about these words. The voice of Mr. One fell, and he rushed over directly. Since the code name is One, I'll give you 1 Bailey. Bai Yu took out a coin and flicked it. Orange light beams burst out. Mr. Point One quickly crossed his arms, trying to resist. But he overestimated his own strength. Not everyone can stop the railgun. Boom. Mr. Point One flew upside down and disappeared, and he didn't know whether it was alive or dead. Can you stop wasting money like this? Nami is very angry, obviously can solve the battle with other moves. But in vain to throw a Bailey. Wait a minute, we'll have a billion Baileys, care about this Bailey. Bai Yu is also a little helpless. It's just a Bailey, and he can't even buy a chopper. That won't work either, I'll replace it with something else in the future. Nami shook her head resolutely. The reason why her skills are progressing slowly is mainly because she is reluctant to give up money. Okay, let's go to the palace first, let's talk about getting the money. Bai Yu also doesn't want to be entangled with Nami, a financial fan. And the material of the coin is not very good, the railgun can only be fired at a distance of 50 meters. It would definitely work better if it was replaced with something harder. The best thing is the sea stone. But the forging skills of sea stone are only available in Marine and Wano-Kuni of New World. So in a short time, you can only use coins. With Vivi and Ekolem present, they entered the palace unimpeded. However, after seeing Cobra, a smile appeared on Bai Yu's face. Asterisk. Chapter 49. After drinking this cup, there are still 3 cups. Open black lens bracket. Ask for flowers. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Light. Inappropriate moments in sports. Learn more. My baby girl. Tears flowed when Cobra saw Vivi. Quickly ran over to hug Vivi. Vivi was also very excited to see her father, and was about to go up to hug. Bai Yu immediately appeared in front of the 2 people and blocked them. King Cobra, don't worry, settle the account first. Bai Yu said and took out the contract. Billion Bailey. Cobra's eyes widened, startled, and his voice became a little sharper. Why, such a big kingdom can't afford this mere billion Bailey. Bai Yu sneered. Of course not, I am very grateful to you for sending Vivi back, I will definitely repay you well. I have already prepared the most sumptuous banquet to entertain you, and I will naturally bring a billion Bailey here, let's go to the banquet first. Cobra said and looked at Bai Yu, you can't bring a billion Baileys to the banquet, right? Why not? Not much anyway. Bai Yu didn't give in at all, don't even think about taking Vivi without giving him money. Bai Yu, what's wrong with you? Nami whispered in Bai Yu's ear. In her impression, Bai Yu is definitely not such a person, otherwise, he would not have passed on such a precious skill to Vivi. His Majesty the King will work hard and let someone bring the money over. We will wait here first. Anyway, the banquet will take some time to prepare. Bai Yu said and sat down unceremoniously, pulling Vivi to sit beside him casually. Okay, I'll arrange for someone to bring it, but it may take a while. After all, a billion Bailey is not a small amount. Cobra reluctantly nodded in agreement. It's okay, we're not in a hurry. Bai Yu smiled, what they lacked most was time. In Alabasta anyway, it takes 5 days for the magnetic storage of the recording pointer to be full. After Cobra left the palace, he came to a secret room. He took out a phone bug. Boss, I am Mr. Two Straw Hat Crew and brought Princess Vivi into the palace. They needed a billion Baileys to let Vivi go, and now they are staying in the palace. That's right, this Cobra is the demon disguised by Xiao Feng. It seems that I underestimate them. You stabilize them first, and I will send you money immediately. I don't need to teach you how to do the next thing. Crocodile knew that Mr. One must have failed. Since they wanted money, he gave it. He didn't want Straw Hat Crew to leave Alabasta alive anyway. Don't worry, boss, make sure to complete the task. Xiao Feng said immediately. Crocodile just hummed and hung up. At this time, the Straw Hat Crew was also enjoying himself in the palace. Decorative armor, also worn by Luffy. Where Chopper and Usopp are cheering. Of course, the consequence was that the palace became a mess. After Xiao Feng came back disguised as Cobra, seeing the situation of the palace, the whole person was not well. He took a deep breath and told himself that this was not his home, he was just here to complete the task, just let them play. After self-hypnosis, my mood really improved. You guys are really energetic. His Majesty the King is back so soon, have you brought the money back? Bai Yu asked immediately. It's coming soon, a billion Baileys will take time. Xiao Feng smiled hard. Father, where do we have a billion Baileys? Where did you get the money? Vivi looked at her father in surprise. Now she is very clear about the situation in the kingdom, how can it be possible to take out a billion Bailey? She was ready to sacrifice herself. The big deal is to sell yourself to Bai Yu. But I didn't expect that I would be able to come up with a billion Bailey. He even had some doubts whether the country was really in turmoil. Your Majesty, a billion Bailey has been brought. The guard came in with 10 boxes. Nami's eyes instantly turned into the shape of money after hearing about a billion Baileys. Appeared next to the guard in an instant, opened the box and began to count the money. How does this have so much money? Vivi was also dumbfounded, all Bailey, without any gold and silver treasures. Not to mention the current turmoil, this situation could not be brought out even in the past. She was completely stunned, how could she still have so much money? His Majesty the King really kept his promise, so we will accept the money. There was also a smile on Bai Yu's face. 1 billion Bailey is so easy to earn, and I must be in a good mood. You're welcome, you deserve it, let's go to the banquet now. Xiao Feng now just wants to quickly solve the Straw Hat Crew, and then complete the final task. After entering the banquet hall, Luffy's eyes lit up instantly, that's amazing. A lot of meat. Said and rushed over. Others don't have as much appetite as Luffy. Even Bai Yu couldn't eat anything, so he could only drink with Zoro. Everyone, please feel free and have fun. Vivi and I still have some things to talk about. Come over later. Xiao Feng said that he was about to leave with Vivi. Don't be in a hurry. A banquet without a host is not called a banquet. Let's have a drink together. Bai Yu stopped Xiao Feng, how could he let him leave? That's right, King, come quickly. Luffy gulps down the meat, shouting vaguely. Zoro, hurry up and pour a drink for His Majesty the King. Bai Yu shouted immediately. Zoro understood immediately, and immediately brought a large glass of wine. Vivi, this may be the last time we meet. If there is something, it's not too late. Come and let's chat. Nami also saw that there must be something between Bai Yu and Zoro. If she can't see it, then she's an idiot. Come on, cheers. After drinking, you are friends. Bai Yu shouted boldly. Several people clinked glasses, cheers. One cup after another. After this one, there are 3 more. Later, the ministers who came to look for Cobra were also dragged to join the banquet. The banquet was very happy. Enough. This country is dying. You can still drink. Vivi was completely unbearable and broke out. The lively banquet was instantly quiet. Asterisk. Chapter 50. Women can't be too smart for flowers. Ask for a review ticket. Close black lens bracket. Okay, let's go. Luffy glanced at Vivi, got up and left. I've got the money, and I've had enough wine, so I should leave. Bai Yu smiled, picked up a box of money, grabbed the fallen chopper, got up and left. Sure enough, I still don't understand. Zoro shook his head, picked up the money and walked behind Bai Yu and Luffy. Sanji, Usopp, didn't speak either, just walked away with the money. Goodbye Vivi. Nami also followed after saying that. Friend, don't go, keep drinking, I can still drink. Although Xiao Feng was already drunk, he did not lose consciousness, so the fruit ability was still there. Enough. Vivi looked at the Straw Hat crew leaving, and felt very uncomfortable. Tears flowed uncontrollably. Enough is enough, I want to drink. Xiao Feng stood up staggeringly, looking for a wine glass to continue drinking. He hadn't been this happy in a long time. Snapped. A crisp sound rang out. You hit me. Xiao Feng put his left hand on his face and looked at Vivi in disbelief. However, at this time, everyone's eyes widened. Because the king in front of him has changed into a person. Who are you? Vivi backed away in fright. Xiao Feng was slapped and woke up. He found that he had changed into his true self, and cold sweat broke down in an instant. Certainly not because of Vivi and these bodyguard ministers. But his mission failed, and he would definitely die. Guards, catch him. Vivi came to his senses and shouted. The guard rushed in immediately. What? Xiao Feng screamed in fright. However, instead of attacking, he chose to jump out of the window to escape. He failed his mission and had to escape quickly or be hunted by Crocodile. Go after him. Be sure to catch him. Vivi immediately ordered a pursuit. At this time, she finally understood. Why did Bai Yu do this? Why Zoro said she didn't understand yet? Why are you so stupid? So stupid. Thinking of this, Vivi rushed out of the palace desperately. But by this time, the Straw Hat crew had long since disappeared. Everyone. Friends. I'm sorry. Vivi shouted and sat on the ground crying. The guards immediately came to protect Vivi. The people around were also stunned, not knowing the reason at all. Princess Vivi, who has not seen her for a long time, is back. And why are you sitting on the ground crying? Who is the princess's partner? Your Highness Princess. Please go back to the palace first. Ikalem ran over panting. He knew very well that if other people knew that the princess had a relationship with the pirates, it would have a great impact on the kingdom. Although Straw Hat crew is different from other pirates, in the eyes of the world government, pirates are pirates, and there is no difference. At that time, it was raining. Damn. Crocodile angrily smashed the table to pieces. The other senior agents were frightened to death, and stood by without daring to say a word. Find the Straw Hat crew. Kill them. Crocodile's face was extremely gloomy. I will inform you later. If you see Mr. 2, kill him. Blue. The phone bug on the ground rang. Boss, the giant capture is complete. Do you need to hand it directly to Marine? There is a voice inside the phone bug. No, take it to Alabasta, the sooner the better. Crocodile said with a gloomy face. He is very angry now. 3 years of hard work and 3 years of planning. Immediately successful. Halfway through, a Straw Hat Pirates came out. And his best assistant Robin turned out to be a traitor. A series of plans have all failed. He was mentally strong without going mad. Bai Yu, Luffy, what kind of riddle are you playing? Nami stopped 2 people. Luffy can see it, you can't see it. Bai Yu looked at Nami suspiciously. Is it hard to see that the king is fake? Luffy asked very strangely. No, Luffy, shouldn't that be your IQ? Sanji looked at Luffy oddly. He only discovered the problem when he took the money later. How could Luffy's brain come to this? What? Fake? Isn't that Vivi dangerous? Nami was startled, and immediately planned to go back to save people. That guy is the ability of Mr. 2 clone fruit. His mission is to disguise himself as a king, and then cause the final riot, and then the country will belong to Crocodile. Robin opened his mouth to explain. So you all know it. Nami was very angry. Well, I actually told me Robin too. Usopp raised his hand and said. I don't even know what happened. Chopper woke up and sat on Bai Yu's shoulders, wondering a lot about him. Then what are we still doing? Hurry up and save Vivi. Nami shouted anxiously. Don't worry, the deputy captain has already arranged everything, and Princess Vivi is safe now. Robin seemed to have seen through everything long ago and was very calm. I really regret letting you on board. With you, there is no secret at all. Bai Yu looked at Robin helplessly. It's really not good for women to be too smart. So what do we do now to defeat Crocodile? Nami glanced at Robin, then turned to ask Bai Yu. This is out of my control, I have to ask the captain. Bai Yu spread his hands and threw the pot directly to Luffy. The main reason is to be here for 5 days, and he really doesn't know where to play. If you keep looking for Crocodile, it is estimated that the game will be broken. Go, eat meat. Luffy waved his hand and walked to a restaurant. Didn't you just finish eating? Nami growled loudly. She really wondered what the structure of Luffy's stomach was. Monkeyed Luffy. An angry voice sounded. Who called me? Luffy looked over suspiciously. Others also turned their heads curiously.